All right. So Tom Schwartz I understand why he's on the show. I appreciate him being on the show. I was so irritated when I was watching him, and Matt and I are sitting on the couch and he's talking about his new relationship, and he's like, I just like her so much, and we're just great, and we're just getting little fun times, and I'm gonna ask her to marry me. And you're like, why are you talking like a baby? He is 40 something years old. Matt was like, oh my God, he's older than me. And I was like, yes, he's older than you. And he's behaving like you're not cute anymore. Right. I know I'm not cute anymore. Tom Schwartz, you are not cute anymore. Why are you talking like this? I just like her so much. I'm so happy. And you're like, what are you doing?
Listener discretion advised. Adult language and mature content.
Hello, everyone. It is Two Queens, One Screen. I'm Jen.
I'm Keeley.
And we are talking reality TV. We are doing a shit sandwich again this week. We're going to do Boat Show, and then the Valley Reunion Part 2, and then we'll top it off with some maths. Married at First Sight.
Yeah, buddy.
And I think it's going to be a pretty good one this week.
It is going to be so good. Based on our comments from last week, rage baiting people on the Facebook about Danny's looks. It's just going to get worse. People just buckle up. It's just going to get worse today.
I would like to say my favorite responses to what we're saying, ideally, I want everyone to agree with me. And I realize that slowly but surely, that's just not going to happen. That's not in the cards. For me, I do enjoy when people are like, stop body shaming Danny. We're not body shaming Danny. We're talking about how he looks odd on the couch. That's camera angles. That's lighting. Yeah. That's his weird suit. I don't know why they did that. That's all choices humans are making. That's not his body.
Botox choice, baby. Right.
And the Botox is a choice that he made.
Yes.
And I like that the people who are most upset about their perception of my body shaming Danny is they immediately start body shaming us.
Yes, they did. Thank you.
Because we have no Botox. Wait, I don't. You don't.
I don't.
I can't afford that.
No, I dye my hair. Look at all.
I do. My hair. I've tried to go au natural with the hair, but I had to dye it to get it that way. I am wearing makeup and I do have fantastic lighting.
But my name is not Karen, so just so you know, I got called Karen a couple of times. But my name is not Karen, it's Keeley.
Keeley.
Great. Thank you.
I know I'm old. True. I know I'm haggard. I know that my teeth are yellow. I drink a shit ton of coffee.
That's right.
You're welcome. So come at me, bitches. And also the people who are most direct about it either have profile pictures that, like, if you want to, we can. Have a let's critique each other, or they don't actually have a profile picture.
Sure. Yes, so, my favorites are when they use the poop emoji and calls us shit. That was a good one.
A couple of shitheads.
Shitheads.
Is how I read that. And so,
great.
So
or their avatars killing themselves or falling over or something.
I did enjoy the avatars.
Yes.
Listen, if you're going to do something creative when you're frustrated with me,
bring it.
I enjoy that. I appreciate it. I genuinely like it. That is something you're welcome to do. But I think and unfortunately, I don't know, maybe we turn this into a clip for Facebook, and it's just the Facebook ladies.
Correct.
There's a couple dudes, but it's primarily ladies. Ladies, via Facebook, if you are frustrated seeing us and you don't like our opinions, all you have to do is say, I don't like this. But if you comment on it, and if you tell me to shut up, you're going to see more of me. And I've been trying to explain that in the comments, and all of these women are not understanding that. And they're like, get off my feed. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing just because Brenda doesn't like it.
Or they're saying they're going to start blocking us, which
Go
is
for it.
Great.
That's
love
ideal.
That.
Ideal.
I would love that. And
Ideal.
your response was, Susan, this isn't in the airport. And that was fantastic. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you. But we also, I will say, I enjoy our TikTok people. I enjoy our Instagram people because apparently people there are more sane.
Yeah, they're just as crazy as we are. So
yeah, well, we're all watching the same shows. Everyone keeps asking what we're watching. So just as a reminder, currently Below Deck Med season 11.
Yes.
Married at First Sight season 20, third season of The Valley. That's what we're watching.
That's the shows.
And I'll just keep telling you what show are we watching. That's what we're watching.
Yes. That's true. Thank you. I love it.
Also, someone said that I also looked skinny like Danny, or a little like Danny. I looked little like Danny, I think is what she was saying.
And you took that as skinny? I'm so skinny.
Just a little thing. Ooh.
Perfect.
Addressing the comments. Because like Kristen Doty, we live there.
We do live in the comments.
Someone who shouldn't be living in the comments is Jen on Below Deck Med.
Oh my God, Jennifer. Oh no, Genevieve. Ma'am. I was so hoping we would be grown up. And
she was going to have a turnaround.
Right. No, it just got even worse. Even worse this episode. She was upset with the dinner service, right? Because there was no...
It was missing an appetizer plate.
Right, missing the appetizer plate because they had caviar and oysters, I think, possibly was the other thing. And so she ran with that. She took it and just sprinted.
Well, now everything's terrible.
Yes.
She, by herself, goes in a monologue as she's walking up the stairs. About how awful it is that they didn't have this fucking appetizer plate, which I don't think that set of guests, I couldn't remember what they were called. I don't think those
charter guests, they were the tattoo.
Yeah, and they were great.
They were beautiful.
Thought they were a fun charter. I don't think noticed. They weren't bothered by it. Jen decided that this ruined the whole dinner, goes on a rant all walking through the boat about it, and says, and I'm not going to say anything. I just won't say anything. And then bitches about the lack of communication.
Yeah.
So there's a problem. I'm not going to tell you about it. How come we're not talking about things?
Jen, yes.
She's
gonna
bitch no matter what. If bitch ain't breathing, she's...
Right.
Wait, nope, that's wrong. How does that go? If she ain't bitching, she ain't breathing. That's how it goes.
Good one. Okay.
Bitch ain't breathing means she's probably dead.
Bitch
is dead. That's not the case.
Right. And again, she has decided that Kayley is terrible chief stew because she couldn't remember the plates. And so we took a total left turn, just gone down a different road, and is upset. And she does finally say something to Aesha. Aesha backed up Kayley like 1000.1%, and Jen did not appreciate the response in that meeting.
No, she did not. And then I was further perplexed by Jen when she goes on a rant about how she's not used to this management style, which Aesha is positive, supportive, and motivated, right? Like, it's all teamwork. And Jen is crying because no one has yelled at her and because people aren't hard enough on her. And that's what she's used to, because that's how you're going to... And Kat very sweetly is like, well, there's different management styles. Right. And Jen is just, poo-pooing on everything. Just all of it. And I don't know how Kat is remaining so... I mean, in her confessional, she's like, she needs to get her shit together.
Yeah.
But overall, Kat is still being incredibly supportive. I guess you have to be when you work and bunk together.
Yeah.
24/7. But Jen is just, she's no better than Luke. And then she's like, I can't believe that he wasn't just fired. And she's upset that people are still talking to Luke.
I can't believe she wasn't fired, right? We've talked about how she was a part of this and why is she still there also. But yeah, she's upset that people are talking to Luke. So Luke is texting Joy, sending him little FaceTime videos and voice notes and text messages, and Joy's showing people, and Jen gets upset. I think it was at the dinner, their day off dinner, right?
Like,
yeah.
Under other circumstances, a little bit Joy knows that there was a thing.
Sure.
And maybe could chill out about it. She doesn't know the extent of the thing. And I almost kind of wish someone would tell Joy.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
I know. So yeah, Jen is still behaving badly. And when Joy was talking about Luke, I think she was talking about Luke, we got to learn that her hands are insured for $700,000. Thank you, Joy.
I missed that. That's amazing.
I wrote that down. Yeah, she said I insured my hands for $700,000. That's amazing.
Good for you. Good for you.
Awesome, Joy. I love her.
She's so interesting and multifaceted and chic.
And then Joe officially becomes what they called it, the acting bosun. So now he's going around calling himself the Josun.
And he's kicking ass.
Yeah, he's doing really good.
Ass.
Yeah, doing really, really good.
Yeah.
Then we get into the garbage known as Cooper. Cooper. We are not handling things well. No. I hate saying it's because of his age.
I'm on 100% the same team as you.
He is treating Kat poorly, and she's what the fuck, not understanding.
No.
And at the dinner thing, right, they all go dancing after dinner, and he's dancing with, another person or whatever.
While ignoring Kat.
Yeah. While ignoring Kat, and she's upset about it, and he doesn't understand why, so they go and have a discussion about it, and he is
That wasn't a discussion.
It's not great. No,
it wasn't a discussion. I 100% do not think that Cooper is a bad guy.
No.
I think everyone thought they were so cute. And you enjoy a cute couple, right? We love to see these things happen. Everyone is like, ooh, what's going on? Tell me about it. And it becomes like he felt like there was too much focus on him. And he panics and just totally withdraws. I think that if no one had really talked to him that much about it, I think it would have been fine. I think they would have continued and it would have been cutesy. I don't think Kat would have gotten as intense about it if they're so young and everyone was too chatty and too supportive. And it's exactly like my kid is, and I know that Cooper's older, but my kids are 13. And if I see my kid doing something that I like, that I think is cute, or he's doing a good job, and I'm like, oh my God, I love it. He's like, stop, no, I don't. And he'll never do it again.
Yes.
Right? And Cooper is in an advanced version of that. And I don't even really fault him. I just wish he was able to have a better conversation about it. But this is kind of like What's Her Face from last season, where I go, he's learning a lesson. This is something that he's going to learn from. Kat, I think, is the collateral in it, but it's also, this is a lesson she needs to go through for whatever reason. This is just what dating is when you're young and you're figuring things out and you're learning about yourself and you're learning about how you want relationships to work. And this one, he fucked up. But we don't learn from doing things right. We learn from fucking up. I've already forgiven Cooper, and
I don't know that I have forgiven Cooper, only because, I'm sorry, they are in a group setting. They are in a group situation where they live and they work together. Just like a family where you live in the same house, you eat meals, you have holidays, you do things together. He is in a group setting. And if that group was not supportive, you and I would be going, they're not fucking supporting him. They're being dickheads. Why aren't they saying anything? And now you and I are saying they're supporting him too much. Fuck off. No. They are in a group setting. Cooper's being a little bitch. This is what's going to happen in a group setting, you little bitch. People are going to support you. People are going to talk to you about it. People are going to say, do you need anything? This is what happened to me. I'm 10 years older, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I have 16 sisters and 10 brothers, and my mom was married 7 times, right? All of these things. And he can't handle it.
No.
Where did you grow up, sir?
I mean,
what
he
is
grew up in
happening?
the middle of the woods, right?
So I don't know that, and that may be fine, but because people are supporting you, you have a nervous breakdown about it, and you hurt someone.
I don't think it's the support. I think it's the attention. I think he's uncomfortable with the attention, and I think the constant advice that he's getting that he isn't asking for is stressing him out. I also think he's getting some of this advice from Joe, and Joe is not a good advice giver.
Joe's a terrible person. He's a terrible person, and he's still giving sweet little Cooper this advice that, yes, Cooper didn't ask for.
And Joe's then pushing him towards other girls.
Yeah, that's true. He did push him towards other girls, and that was the whole situation. But then, right, this emotional manipulation garbage, he texts Kat later in the middle of the night, I can't stop thinking about you. Can you meet me? They go and meet in, I don't know what that was.
I don't know. It's a little place where there isn't a camera.
Yeah. Wherever that was.
There's still a microphone somehow.
And he says to her, I still think about you. I still like you. I want to be with you. I just don't want people to know about it. Let's have it be secret. I don't love that. I don't know. That is a gigantic red flag to me, no matter how sweet and innocent and living in a cave he is from. I'm upset about it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
If you like someone and you want to be with them, who gives a shit what everybody else thinks? And you're going to stand on a mountaintop and scream it and be like, this is the person I like.
He doesn't feel like he's stand on top of a mountaintop yet. Like he's not there yet. And so
why is he manipulating her and going, let's just have it a secret. I don't want you to be mad at me, but I don't know if I want to be with you, but I can't handle when you're upset at me. And this flip flop ping pong back and forth garbage, which us women love. No, we don't love it.
Yeah.
And he's even admitted, I don't know that I really want to be in this relationship. But then he tells her the opposite.
I think he genuinely likes her. I think he wants things to be good. I think it also is a people pleaser-ness that he is. And by the way, I am in therapy about this. I believe, because I am a reformed people pleaser, or what is it called? Recovering people pleaser.
Yeah.
I believe people pleasing is manipulative, and I believe it is actually a control tactic.
Yes, it is. I was just going to say that.
I don't think it is a conscious thing that he is doing. I don't think he's thinking, I'm going to manipulate her to get what I want. I don't think he's doing that. I think he's trying to figure out a way to solve this to make everyone happy.
Does he get to take accountability for what he's fucking doing? That's
I think
you're saying that, okay, I don't think he's doing it on purpose, but I love you, no offense. Now he's just going to keep doing it because of people.
Right.
I know you're not in his life. I know you're not his mother. I know you're not his sister, but people in his life going, he didn't do it consciously. He didn't do it consciously. And now we're 10 years later and we're still saying he didn't do it consciously. When is he going to take accountability for what he's doing? This is why I'm saying he's being a little bitch boy. Take accountability and say, I don't like you, Kat. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to do this. Right. I don't like you. Make a decision and fuck off. But he's not.
I don't think he has made the decision yet. I don't think he has the maturity to know that he needs to make the decision yet. I think that and I'm not saying what he did is cool. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying that I think it's all going to work out. I think this sucks. I think it's hurtful to Kat. I think Kat is like, when in her confessional, she was like, at least now I know why he did it, but I don't love this. Kat is going to realize that this is like not where she wants it to be, and it's gonna come back at him, right? It just has, in the show, the conversation just happened. He's gonna be held accountable, if not next episode, next time he's on Watch What Happens Live. And again, I think he's fucking up, but I think it's like we all need to fuck up a couple times, and like there will be consequences that he's going to have to bear. I don't think he's a malicious guy. I think he's just fucking up because he's being stupid. That's what I think it is.
And I think when we say stuff like that to people, it just enables them to continue to weaponize this incompetent behavior and
You don't
never
think
make a decision. No, I don't. What
you
you're
don't
going to
think
say,
it's
the answer is no. Go ahead.
okay? Well, I'm going to say it anyway. I think we can say what you just did is wrong and not correct. Your actions aren't good. Like
Yeah.
this is, and there
Yeah.
are consequences that you didn't consider all the way out. So we can say like, you just fucked up. We expect you to do better going forward. And he's going to go, fuck, I'm sorry. Which I think he and Kat, I don't, what I've seen on social media, I don't think that they're in a relationship.
Yeah, that's
but I
right.
don't think they're in like a bad place.
Right.
I don't think it's black or white, like he's good or he's bad. I think it's like, you fucked up. You can't do this. And now you've hurt this person, and like you're not going to be able to be in a relationship with her down the line.
Right.
And it's going to color how people saw you behave.
Right.
But I don't think it's like he's a piece of shit forever because
well, I'm not saying he's a piece of
badly.
shit forever. What I'm saying is I'm not going to excuse his behavior by
I'm
one
not
saying
excusing it.
by one saying he's young, by two saying I don't think he did it on purpose, by three saying he needs to learn a lesson. I'm not going to do that. I don't do that for people. I just don't do that. And especially for a man who's going to continue doing these things because women are so emotional. They want to know about feelings. They want to know the why, the where-to-fors. And men don't do that. Men don't do that. Half of them don't know what fucking sky they're living under. And so they're not going to do that for women. And I am not a person that's going to put up with it. Poor Kat is a different personality than myself, and she will stay with that person for whatever, however long.
But I don't think she's going to stay
as
with him.
a viewer watching it, I don't like how he's treating her.
Yeah.
And I disagree giving him excuses and not holding him accountable. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think I'm not holding him accountable.
You're giving him excuses and not holding him accountable completely. You're
you
saying he
can-
needs to learn.
I
He needs
think
to
you
learn.
can. I think you can understand why someone made the choices that they did, even though you don't agree with why they made the choices that they did. And I think that there's choices that like I said, I think there's certain things that you don't just innately know. This is why like dating in high school is important, because you need to like figure out relationships and those kinds of things.
Right. And you also have an adult, whatever that looks like in your home, some family member or some adult, right? You're not a child living alone, or right in high school living alone, and you don't have an adult to go, this is what's happening, or I had this said to me, or I don't know how to feel because this happened. You go to an adult and get advice from that person because that person has lived through it and said, this is what I see from what you have told me. My advice to you is X, Y, and Z. That is the difference. Kids just don't live alone, right? They just, right? We're not dating and we don't have an adult to go home and talk to about.
But we do agree that he's still a young guy, and he's still learning.
Yeah.
And the advice that he's getting is from a lot of different adults who are older than him.
Right.
And one of those people is fucking Joe, who's like, go talk to other girls. Right. So like, and he really respects Joe. So he's getting the message that like this guy has his shit together, is doing like a really good job. And he's going, okay, I see that this guy is somebody I should look up to. And then Joe's giving him this advice, and he's like, yeah, I need to chill out, and I'm gonna go talk to other girls because Joe is telling me to go talk to other girls, and I need to keep my options open. I should be like that. And so like he is making the wrong choices, and we're watching him crash and burn. I don't think that he's getting away with it. I don't think he should get away with it. I think he's hurting Kat, and there's going to be the conclusion in the relationship that he's going to have to deal with the fallout of that. And then everybody loves Kat.
And I was just going to say
people are going to be pissed at him for hurting
I was just going to say the group is going to be disappointed also. So he has fallout from that.
So he's going to have consequences. He's going to have, and again, I'm not saying it's cool what he's doing. I don't like what he's doing. I just think it's like young people doing dumb shit when they're trying to figure out relationships.
Yeah.
It sucks. But I mean, I'm not excusing his behavior.
Okay.
This is not okay, but he's gonna deal with it. I just don't want you to be like, Jen thinks it's fine for him to be an asshole. I don't think it's fine for him to be an asshole.
I never said that, Karen. Do you want to talk about Aesha and those fucking maracas? She would not
when
let them
she
down.
was in the background, I don't even know. I don't have enough room in this office.
God damn.
She's like behind and she's like,
I know.
By herself. She's alone. She's alone.
What am I?
Because the vibes are so bad. Everybody is so unhappy. Everybody is so uncomfortable with each other.
Where did she get them? I missed the part where she steal them. Did somebody give them to her?
I think she got them from the pirates. And can you imagine being Captain Sandy? Because, like, I'm a mom, you're a mom, and you're like, I have this great day planned.
Yeah.
We're going to be pirates. She's got a whole costume. Captain Sandy's
so
like,
cute.
They're going to love this. But so everyone is in such a shit mindset that they're like, pirates, woo, all right. And she's like, and Aesha's like,
what do you mean?
I can't deal with this. Maracas.
My God.
Self-soothing with the maracas.
Holy Jesus.
I do have to go back to Joe.
Okay.
And I'm of two minds about Joe. In that I love him professionally. He's doing such a good job on this boat. I'm wondering if maybe he should have been Bosun.
Sure. No, I could see that.
But I think technically Nathan would outrank him because he's had more experience in a certain whatever. But Joe is doing such a good job with less people. He's so organized. His head's in it. And I'm not even saying that to fault Nathan. Nathan has a brand new baby at home. Nathan's stressed. He's in another country. His wife, girlfriend, baby mama is in another country.
Yeah.
She's feeling stressed. Like, I get why his mind isn't in it, but this job is one of those things that you have to be really focused.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, like, maybe it's, like, a good fit right now. However, the second that you get him off the job, he makes me so fucking mad. When he, like, announces to Kayley that he is going to test her, and she's like,
excuse the fuck out of me. Yeah.
Why did he need to do that?
Yep.
It was this weird power thing.
Yep.
Where, like, she is a cool girl. She would have been fine if he had just walked over and talked to somebody. She wouldn't have been like, what is he doing?
She probably would have talked to another person also, right?
Or she would have been dancing with maracas with Aesha.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that she would have really given a shit.
Yep.
But the fact that he wanted to do that, it was such a weird fucking power move of, like, she had no chance of winning. I think she handled it as well as she could.
Yeah.
But, like, if you are like, what the fuck are you doing? Then you are proving that you're not a cool girl and you're failing the test.
Yep.
If he goes and has the conversation and then you don't have a reaction to it, then, like,
she fails either way in his mind.
She fails either way.
Yeah.
And it was like he's sabotaging this like ideal scenario for no reason. Why did he do that?
Right.
To her, to himself, because now he's not getting laid. And I liked that she was like, I can't be bothered. She's like, I thought, like, you and I are friends who are gonna fuck around.
Yep.
I can't be bothered.
Love it.
We're supposed to be friends. That's not how you treat a friend.
Yes, queen. Yeah.
So
she was amazing.
I
love her.
Will never. Well, when I'm married, but, like, I was never that cool. I would never have been that cool. I would have been crying in the bathroom, a mess. Jen and I
100%
would have been together bitching
100%.
about these terrible men.
Yeah. No, I didn't handle it well either. No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Kayley is wonderful. She did that really, really well. Oh my God. What did you think about the dinner in the sky thing? Holy shit. I'm afraid of heights. I probably would have cried. Yeah.
Matt, I think it's a gimmick that, like, I don't mind heights.
Yeah.
Matt hates heights. But, like, what if you have to go to the bathroom?
No, yeah, for sure.
That was the only thing I thought about.
It looked
I think it's
cool.
cool.
It's a cool
I
idea.
like the idea of it, except for that it's like, then like the idea sounds fun until you get into like, I'm drinking and I'm eating and I want to go talk shit about the other people at the table.
Yeah.
So it seems like a lot of effort for not as much payoff, but the view was really cool.
Yeah,
but I don't know. There's a place in DC that is a restaurant that's up in the sky and it's like a giant circle and it just slowly rotates around so you get to see the entire skyline and like all the city and everything. And I think that would be more fun for me.
Okay.
So disappointed on all the men in the boat. It is a very female heavy crew. And then we have our new deck crew coming in.
Yes.
Do you know Max?
I don't know Max. And here's the thing. I think I do remotely, but I think because I do have a little bit of maybe false created memories about him, but I want to see him more to say, yes, I remember, or no, I don't know who this guy is. So I think I remember him.
Yeah. He's like a Looney Tune. He's got a lot of energy. He's a big character, big personality, but then he also gets into weird like power struggles with Nathan.
Right. Lord.
So I'm wondering how that's going to go, because the last time Joe is an asshole to girls every season and fucks up. So far his fuck up is just what just happened with Kayley. But then when Max, I'm doing these long pauses because I can't think. So Max on his last season, there was a gorgeous, gorgeous girl and he was all about her and he treated her really well the whole season.
Okay.
And then you had Max right next to Joe being a dickhead. So I don't really remember if Max and Joe, what their dynamic is. I just remember that Max wasn't listening and following directions to Nathan, and Nathan is really into the hierarchy. And his management style is that. Whereas Aesha's is not. So maybe Jen should work for Nathan.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know.
That's a good idea.
I don't know. If I talk about my ideas,
you have good ideas all the time.
I'll get told to shut up. That's my favorite comment. Is I was talking about the Britney show idea, which I still think is genius. She's going to be on TV. We can't get rid of her.
Yep.
And someone just wrote "shut up," and that is the best.
Amazing. Thank you.
Do you want to get into, do we have anything else for Boat Show?
The Valley garbage. Blessed be.
The thing that keeps sticking out to me, and I want to talk about it because I know that, one, it's going to generate a fantastic clip, because I have two conflicting feelings, and I know that you're going to have a really strong feeling and you're going to be annoyed by me. And that is Jasmine.
Yeah.
Jasmine interrupting and saying to Danny and Nia that she is tired of hearing them talking about how exhausted they are.
Yes.
Because of their children, and that's why they were behaving the way that they were behaving.
Yes.
So what do you think about that?
I'm 1,000% on her side. I think she is 100% correct. As a person who has children, as a person who has an active child in the house right now that I'm attempting to raise, as a person who has grandchildren, right? She 100% is correct. And why can't she bring it up? I don't know why people are upset that she brought it up. She can bring it up if she wants. And it was a very big example for me anyway of people shutting her down, right? Immediately shutting her down.
Yeah.
We watched it live.
I will tell you, when I first heard her say that, I had the opposite reaction.
Okay.
Because I didn't listen to what she was saying. I just heard parents need to stop talking about how tired they are. I will forever say, if you choose to not have children, if you just don't have children,
sure.
I do not go, you don't know what being tired is.
Sure.
I'm never going to say that.
My God, no.
But I am going to say, I had never experienced myself the exhaustion that was having small children. Now, listening to it again, because when she first said that, I was like, what? Like, you need, how, what is, it was like, this is a terrible argument. She actually had a solid point, but because she, and in this group, semantics are everything unless you're speaking to Janet, because then you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But they go after her because when I had the same visceral reaction where she was like, stop talking about how tired you are. And I was like, no, it's exhausting. But her point was, you are so exhausted that doesn't turn you into an asshole.
Right.
Your
Exactly.
behavior isn't excusable because you have children. But she got completely, exactly like you said, she's completely screamed over. So you never hear that point.
When people throw this stuff up as a shield, you know, Danny and Nia are using their children as a shield. And I said it last week. I am done feeling bad for Kristen and her postpartum. And she throws that shit up as a shield also. And I'm done feeling sorry for them. And Danny and Nia, Jasmine was absolutely correct. You don't get to do that. You don't get to blame the children that you created, that you're walking around telling everyone, including your wife, we need to have 5 under 5, right? 4 under 4, all this shit. You are actively wanting to have babies, talking about having sex with your wife to have babies.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're throwing it up and using it as a shield to be an asshole or act weird. She even said, you don't, you use your kids so you can go and act fucking weird. No, that's not how this works. And they have been doing that for 3 seasons, and I'm over it. And even Nia, when Andy confronted Nia about shitty things she was saying, she was like, I was just postpartum when we were filming. That absolutely may be true. 2 things can be true at the same time. You and I have said it, we'll die on that hill. But I am done listening to them use those kids as a shield. It's not okay. And the fact that a person who doesn't have children bringing it up is perfectly fine. I am not offended that a person who doesn't have children is bringing it up. What that tells me is I'm using it as a shield and I need to shut the fuck up. That is bothering people that I am around, that I need to take a look at what I'm doing. I'm not being genuine. I'm not being sincere. I'm not being kind or loving or any of that stuff with this friend group or my family or whoever it is.
Yeah.
And people getting upset at Jasmine is not okay.
No, it sucks because I heard exactly what Danny and Nia and Luke jumped on in response to her. That's how I heard it first as well. And I was like, come on. And then I rewatched it and I was like, no, she didn't get the words
Never
out in a
once
way
has
because she didn't get the chance to get the whole sentence out.
never once has Brittany or Lala said, oh my God, my life is a fucking dumpster fire because my son Cruz has autism and I have to now create a sensory room in the house because my son has autism. I had to spend $10,000 on this sensory room because my son has autism. Lala went and had a pregnancy without a partner on purpose, intentional, on her own, to have a child alone. Not once have we heard her go, this sucks having 2 kids. I should have never done it. I'm so fucking tired. I don't know what I'm doing, and treated people poorly. Neither of them have done that.
No.
And that's the context you need to look at when someone is saying it, right? There are other people in the group who have children who have never done that. Never.
It's exactly like the drinking thing. It's exactly like
Right.
I don't scream horrible things at my husband when I'm drinking, right? I don't
Play grab ass.
Play grab ass
Yeah.
when I'm drinking with people who, because like there's people that like it, but I know who likes it and who doesn't. I'm not suddenly going to be grabbing all over people who I'm not invited to.
Right.
Just because I'm drinking, like, oh, I didn't. So it's the same thing with like, I mean, I don't know if anyone else gets their feed of like people being drunk in public and they're getting arrested and they're screaming horrific racial things,
right,
or that they're gonna, do awful things to girls, or that they're gonna beat somebody's ass. Like, that's not a normal thing to do. And chances are you're doing it because that's who you are.
Right.
Not because alcohol doesn't suddenly turn on a racist button in your head.
Right.
It gets rid of the filter for the thing that's already in there.
Right.
So Daniel being a creep and
treating Mia poorly and treating Lala poorly, right, when he's drunk, right?
Being a misogynist.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Danny is a misogynist.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And there's just no way around it. I genuinely just feel like, yeah, you can't use your kids as like, I'm really tired, so I said horrific things. I'm really tired because I have children, so I was inappropriate in public. No.
They have called Zach out for being blackout drunk and saying horrific things. They have done that and have not allowed him to go, well, I was blackout drunk, because he tried to. He's like, I was drunk. I didn't know what I was saying. And they're like, fuck you. You don't get to do that. And now all of a sudden they all get to do these things because they have kids.
Because they have kids.
No.
Well, and I also don't think that Zach has really taken responsibility for himself when he's blackout drunk, because he still goes, well, know that I say crazy things when I'm drunk. He still does that. That's a whole other thing. But yeah, and I don't think it's excusable. I think, listen, you and I say some hyperbolic shit.
Yep.
You and I kind of like get on a roll, but I'm not crossing a line to say that it's okay for me to do something awful and not have any consequences because I have children.
God, no. No.
I was so tired.
God.
And the fact that they're like, I don't know. There's something really gross. And I think Jasmine's point, the message is so good. She wasn't able to express it the right way.
Because they shut her down because she is who she is. Right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But anyway, so I was like, I don't know. She's either going to totally support Jasmine or she's going to be like, Jasmine, don't talk about being tired until you have kids. Because I had both reactions.
Okay.
So I was just
I knew exactly what was going to happen. She was whispering that to Tom. I don't know if you heard that part. And so I knew what she was trying to say, because they showed her the two of them whispering about it. I don't remember what Tom's reaction was, or if he just listened. But so I knew what was going to happen. So I was like, okay, this is what she's going to attempt to do.
Yeah.
And it didn't go well.
All right. So Tom Schwartz I understand why he's on the show. I appreciate him being on the show. I was so irritated when I was watching him, and Matt and I are sitting on the couch and he's talking about his new relationship, and he's like, I just like her so much, and we're just great, and we're just getting little fun times, and I'm gonna ask her to marry me. And you're like, why are you talking like a baby? He is 40 something years old. Matt was like, oh my God, he's older than me. And I was like, yes, he's older than you. And he's behaving like, you're not cute anymore. Right. I know I'm not cute anymore. Tom Schwartz, you are not cute anymore. Why are you talking like this? I just like her so much. I'm so happy. And you're like, what are you doing? This is embarrassing. You can talk like that in your bedroom with your girlfriend when you're being cutesy. Fine. Don't bring that out to us. I'm not part of, what is it called when you're like, I don't consent to being part of this kink that you're displaying in public?
Right. Yeah.
That's how I felt in that moment.
Yeah.
And I will kink shame that because I didn't consent to that bullshit.
Get it, girl. Thank you. I'm surprised watching whatever's happening, because you are a huge Schwartz fan.
No, I'm not. Matt is a huge...
I am not a huge Schwartz fan. I've always thought he was kind of repugnant and annoying. And why do people baby him? And why do people enable him? And how does he get away with stuff like this? And, he really wasn't great on Vanderpump, Anyway.
No, he was bad to Katie. He was awful to Katie.
So I've never really liked him. I do like him on the show or added to the friend group, but no, I'm
There's a reason. It's like, remember when Joey from Friends got a whole show?
Yes.
It's like Tom Schwartz will never get a whole show. Like, and there's a reason for it. We're not supposed to see him all the time.
Yep.
And then he proves why on the reunion.
Correct. Right.
I just know.
Yeah.
They talked about him and Michelle for a second. And she's like, he's so adorable. And you could even see her, like, she doesn't even really believe what she's saying.
Yeah.
She's just like,
yep.
That was never going to happen. Speaking of Michelle and Lacey.
Okay.
The Lacey Michelle shit.
Damn, yep. Continues.
That should be, I thought it was squashed. I thought they were going to move forward in a great way. But I think Lacey is with Jesse all the time. So, like, it's all going to be skewed. And I think Lacey is just not the person to try and mediate any of what goes on between them.
Yeah.
To have an opinion about what anything goes on between them.
Yeah.
Go be the girlfriend. Go be his girlfriend. Be his fiance.
Yeah.
You don't get to have a feeling about how Michelle is moving. Because she's not putting her daughter in danger.
I didn't
She's
understand.
a good mom.
I feel like I miss or am not intelligent enough to understand the whole misogyny conversation when Lacey pointed at Michelle and Lala and Brittany and said the three of them were misogynistic, and they're both like, that's not the definition of misogyny, and Lacey kept trying to explain herself. I was falling behind. I couldn't follow. I didn't know if you could interpret for me.
It's wrong. It's a logical fallacy.
Okay.
She was trying to say that because she's a woman, she doesn't have an inherent value to him beyond her money. That's
not misogyny.
That's not how patriarchy works. That's
right.
not... These women aren't irritated at you because you have money. I don't...
Okay. Great.
And did she have money before her divorce? I know that she's an angel investor, and maybe, I know that she's a philanthropist. Did that come before she was married?
Okay.
I'm genuinely curious about that.
Okay.
I was so ride or die for Lacey.
Okay.
After this season.
Me too.
And now I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you're adding to this.
Yeah, it's super disappointing. Yes. Yeah. Not good.
And I'm not saying that Michelle has moved through this perfectly gracefully.
Nope.
Of course not. We've seen her scream and yell and be nasty.
Yeah.
But, like, if you are proclaiming to be like, I've been in your position with this and I totally see it and I'm totally on your side and he can't talk to you like this. Yeah. You should actually be able to reflect a little bit and go like, oh, then I probably wouldn't want to heard that from her. Like, you're not the person.
Yeah.
You're not the person.
Yeah.
You might have exactly the right thing to say. You're not the person to say this.
Yeah.
So I'm a little disappointed. And I'm disappointed in Andy because where the fuck is the $300,000?
Right.
Jesse's sitting there yelling out, she's lying, she's lying, that's not true, I didn't know.
Yep.
Then prove it.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Want to see that. And we're getting pressed about why so-and-so said a specific thing or why so-and-so needs to apologize and blah, blah, blah. This is cut and dry.
Yes.
Where is the money? Why does he get to call Michelle a liar, but then have no proof behind it? And so it's like out there in the ether. What? What is going on?
I agree.
What the fuck are you doing, Andy?
Yeah.
And then Andy's throwing these softball questions over to Nia for her to give her like very well rehearsed answers to.
Yep.
You know, he supports me in these ways. Like, this is why there are times that are hard and we were very tired and in the thick of it, which we are 100% ready to give you grace for. I haven't had 3 kids. I've had 2 and it's intense.
Yeah.
She had 3, now she has 4. I'm totally willing to give her that. But some of how they're moving, I think, needs to be called into question. And we're not allowed to say, like, what you're doing is fucked up. And having children is not an excuse to be fucked up in this way.
Right.
The way that you're presenting things doesn't match reality.
Yeah.
The way that you're talking to people, and I think she's being manipulative behind the scenes, and none of that's getting called out the same way that it's getting called out on everyone else.
Yes, 100%.
But Brittany's like, you just called me a liar, and that's not okay.
Yep.
This is shitty. And we didn't really return to that in a real way.
Right. No, I agree.
Kristen continuing to not take accountability for any of it.
Right. Yeah. I was just going to say when they were, Nia was doing her rehearsed response about, how great of a husband Danny is that when, I think it was when Andy asked Danny if he had watched back, right, that pageant part. And Danny said, yeah, that was a nightmare. That was shameful. How I spoke to my wife. And then was it Lala that brought up if it was a man that came and asked you that whole thing, would you have reacted the same? And he was like, no, of course not. I think God.
I actually didn't hate his response to that because he doesn't feel like Lala. He doesn't know Lala. I don't know you. If somebody that he knew, like Kristen was like, what if I said it? And he's like, yeah, I would have heard it differently if you said it because they know their marriage. I'm not like, that's one of those things where it's like, do I think it's actually because Lala's a woman? Yeah. But I think in his mind, there's reasons. I think it's one, he didn't know her, and then also that she's a woman, and he's only going to acknowledge that it's.
Yeah, but when you say he doesn't know her, in my mind, that's literally he just met her that day, and they have known each other for years. She's was on and off the show before this.
Yeah,
they've been in this friend circle for years. So when you say he doesn't know her, and he says, "Well, I don't know you. Why would I?" I'm not going to listen to what you're saying. I don't know that I like that or agree with that. He does know her because he's not BFF with her because, right, Kristen and Luke are so far up his dark, dirty asshole that he's going to believe everything that she says. No, I don't like that response. I don't know you, so I'm not going to believe you.
Well,
but Lala was making a point that if it was somebody else, he would have believed them just because it was her. He doesn't like her. He doesn't like her. Let's just say that. He doesn't like her. Not that he doesn't know her. He doesn't
think that would have been a more correct response. Like if he was sober I think he would have reacted in a very similar way to her. If she was like, what? Because we've seen him sober be a dick to his wife. Remember when she was on the train and just trying to eat a fucking sandwich?
Yeah,
he was sober then. So if somebody had said something to him then, I think he would have. I think people did try to say stuff to him then.
Yeah,
I think he would have had the exact same reaction. To if she had said it to him then, he would have responded to her just as awful. If one of the other guys had said something to him then, I think he would have started doing a character voice and brushed past it and then continued to be a dick to his wife.
Yeah.
I think that's just who he is.
No, agree.
And I'm saying that not because I know their marriage. I'm saying that based on the information that they have displayed for us.
Correct. That is correct.
I'm saying that based on what we are actively seeing all of the time on this show.
Yeah, the point is he's a bad person. Yeah.
Are we supposed to pretend that we don't know at his marriage? I bet at home he's so nice to her.
Right.
Because they've said that. And by the way, her when I can't see things clearly for myself, he will figure out the ways that I need to support myself. Like I need to move my body, and what do I need nutritionally? So he's putting her on a diet and making her exercise when she's feeling overwhelmed.
Which you betcha.
100%. Those are things that you need to take care of yourself. But those are the two focuses when she's in a fog. He's like, here's what you should start, cooking yourself chicken breasts and green beans and maybe go for a run. Strap the baby on you though, because I'm going to go get a coffee.
Right.
Right? Like, I didn't hear his support of her as real support. If I'm postpartum And I'm like, I feel like shit. I feel crazy. I can't think straight. If your response to me is go do a workout,
go on a diet and go work out. That's what my asshole doctor tells me when I go to him and say, XYZ, I'm in pain. I don't feel well. I can't sleep. All these things are happening. And he looks at me and says, you need to go on a diet and you need to go exercise. Well, fuck off. You're not even going to help me. So.
And the other thing is like, we're going to look like assholes. Just listen, I'm in the comments a lot. We're going to look like assholes for being like, diet and exercise, fuck you. But no, the real answer to that, the correct answer to that would have been, hey, I will take care of the kids for a little bit. Do you need some space to go on a walk or something? Like, go get this energy out.
Something she
flow.
likes to do.
Or
he doesn't recognize something
I'm going to make
personally
you XYZ
about her, right? Does she like crocheting? Does she like watching movies? Does she like knitting? Does she like, crossword puzzles? I don't know personally what Nia as hobbies she finds enjoyable. Does she go swimming? Does she whatever? He would look at her and go, I'm taking the kids. You like to go swimming, go swimming. I'm taking the kids. You like to go shopping at TJ Maxx, go shopping. I'm taking the kids, go get your hair done. Something that is specific and personal to her, not as a woman and not as a wife. And it's disgusting to watch, and it's sexist, and it's gross.
And
I don't like it.
It's not actually helping. It's not helpful to go like, here's what you could do to feel better. He's not engaging. If she was like, he helps me figure out, do I need to move my body or what do I need nutritionally? No, she would have said, he makes me a dinner that's nourishing. He takes over for the kids so I can go move my body. She likes to do, her
taekwondo
self-defense
or something.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's like he takes care of the kids so I can go be totally clear-headed while I do my taekwondo class, right? Like that's the correct answer. He's not doing that.
Nope.
He's not. He's like, well, have you considered when you go grocery shopping, don't buy junk? Like that's my assumption, but I don't think it's far-fetched based on what they have shown us.
Correct. And they also have admitted now they have a live-in au pair. They have a live-in nanny. I love that. I'm not shooting down people who have live-in nannies. I love that for you. I wish I would have been able to afford that. Probably would have had one myself. But what we have seen for 3 years, what we have seen in your relationship, and how much Nia is basically raising these children without you, Danny, you fucktard. And now you have a live-in person. And you probably still are not treating her correctly, is what I'm going to assume. And yes, absolutely, you may not like what I just said, but I'm going to stand and say it with my chest. He is probably still not treating her correctly. No. When they have that is your answer, to give a live-in another human being. You two, you are the human beings that need to do that. He needs to step up and not be a dick on TV when she's trying to eat and say, I'm not putting this kid down. But then they backtrack and say, he only puts the kids down and he only changes the diaper and he only does this and that. Nobody believes that.
I don't believe it for a second.
Nobody believes that. So I was just like, oh my God, great. Now we have to, this poor woman is subject to Danny in this home, right?
Yeah.
My God.
No, the unreliable narrators of this are getting really frustrating. I can't talk about Danny and Nia anymore. I'm done.
Nope. Let's switch over to one of the other worst human beings on the planet, Luke. Luke is coming off just as disgusting as Danny. I have convinced myself that Luke hates Kristen. He hates her, does not want to be in this relationship with her. He's got contempt and disdain for her. And yes, again, I'm saying it with my full chest. He does not like her.
His face. Watch his face.
Right. When she speaks, she is his biggest defender, right? She sticks up for him. She says, I don't like it when other people, put him down. I'm the only one that can put him down. And she's whatever. Great. I love that for you. Great in your relationship. He's not giving her the same. Absolutely not giving her the same. I can't even begin this shitstorm of their whole discussion. The 6-week thing made me want to vomit when Andy confronts him. Are you sick because some doctor gives you access to her body after 6 weeks and you give it, and you're saying you're such a holy spirit, you're this goddamn Roman Catholic cardinal that you gave her 2 more weeks or however long it was before you wanted to stick shit inside of her and she's still bleeding, right? And doesn't feel good. No, sir. No, you don't get to have access to her just because a doctor has given you 6 weeks. I don't care. It is coercive control. I don't like it at all. It's not okay.
I don't understand. She can read everyone there.
Yep.
Right? Like, she is going to find the
Yep.
faults for every other person
Yep.
there. And yet she has no ability to self-reflect.
Yep.
And see, this is what I'm saying. Like, she's in therapy.
Yeah.
But I think her therapist is bad.
She has abandonment issues also. She's admitted that. She's told him that. You know, she throws that up when they have arguments, right? That's what people with abandonment issues do. They're like, fine, I'm going to leave you
Then
before
just
you
go.
leave me, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I totally get that. I can see that from her. She's definitely needs therapy for that issue. But hanging on to this dickhead, it's not going to make it better. Not going to make it better. Just because you had a baby with him doesn't mean you have to stay in that horrific relationship. He doesn't like you, Kristen. He doesn't. I just don't think so. I mean, they asked him, would you have still asked her to marry you right after having the baby? And he faltered.
Never gave a straight answer.
Never. Terrible. Terrible. That's a no. Luke, that's a no. We all in the room were like, yep, that's a no. He would not have.
No.
And none of us will be surprised if they never get married. And we don't want her to get married to him. I can't stand him.
It's hard because we want good things for Kristen Doty, even though she's being such a fucking asshole.
Yep.
But when she was saying that they're too volatile for couples therapy.
Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. That's not a thing. As a person who's been to couples therapy, that is not a thing. You have a shit therapist. That therapist was telling you, I don't want to deal with you two. That's not a real thing, people. That's not real.
That's what I took from it. Is
Nope.
well, and here's the problem. If you're too volatile for couples therapy, what are your conversations at home like?
My God, right.
And also, it's another thing, I think similar to, we'll get into it in maths, where like radical honesty is not kindness.
Correct.
Honesty without care is violence. Like, it's so mean the way. And she's like, well, he's being honest. I want him to be able to be totally truthful. And
I don't want that.
Saying every single thing that pops into your head
Nope.
is not kind, because it's like, well, in that moment, I wanted pregnant Kristen to be in a coffin. I'm moving the words around wrong. But he hated her pregnant.
Yep.
He did not like her pregnant. He said he wanted the pregnant version of her to be buried in a coffin. That is something he actually said. That's fucking insane. Why would you say that out loud? That is an inside thought. And if you're having that as an inside thought, you say it out loud in your individual therapy so that you hopefully don't kill her.
Yes.
Have you seen the bit that's going around, I think it's TikTok right now, where the woman like turned to her husband or fiance and she was like, hey, if you ever decide that you don't want to be in this relationship anymore, just leave. Please don't kill me. You can leave. Just, I don't need you to kill me. And then he left. like the next week he broke up with her.
No, I didn't see that. I've never even heard of that video.
Yeah, and all
Holy
the
shit.
comments are like, holy shit, he was gonna kill you.
Holy shit. Yep.
Right? And I'm not trying to be like Janet with like comparing him to a serial killer, but
holy shit.
Doesn't that, I mean, he has said that he hated who she was when she was pregnant. He didn't really support her through a lot of this. He saw himself as the victim. Oh my God, the women in our comments who are like, if you don't understand what's going on with your body during pregnancy, imagine how hard it is for him. That's fucking laughable. And he lives in that mindset where he was like, this is really hard for me. That's insane to me. That's fucking insane.
Yeah. Another, to my point that he doesn't like her, the Watch What Happens Live, when Andy had invited the two of them to show up together. And he said, I'm not showing up if she comes. I don't want her. If she comes, I'm not showing up. And then he clarified about the baby, right? They didn't want to bring the baby because their nanny was busy and they couldn't bring the baby. So Kristen said I was going to get Luke's mom. I think it was Luke's mom or her mom. Anybody, somebody's mom.
Luke's mom
to babysit Kaya. And Luke was like, no, I don't want to deal with, he said this word, I don't want to deal with this. He called his baby this, right? And then he backtracks and says, I don't want to take her across 3 time zones. And then her sleeping is all off. That's
valid?
Not it. That's not what he was talking about, though. But he knew
you're
it.
100% right.
And he was backtracking. Yes.
After, yes.
And then he said, Kristen tells me, fine, we won't take the baby, but I'm just going to stay in the hotel room the whole time. And Luke's like, and she said, we can't do what I want to do. We all know what that is. You want to fuck her. And she's like, I'm not interested in fucking in this hotel room. And he was like, I don't want her there. Insane.
See,
insane.
I heard it slightly differently, but basically in the end, we're ending up in the same place where she was like, I just want to be in the hotel room. Oh my God, we can just relax and have quiet and not be needed by anything. And we can just enjoy time together. And he's like, I want to go out to restaurants and I want to go see friends and I want to go drinking. Him wanting to go out drinking, him wanting to go do all of the things that aren't having a significant other and a child.
Yep.
I get that. No. I get wanting to have a break from your kids.
Sure.
I get wanting to have a break from responsibilities occasionally. But when your significant other, who was why he's on the fucking show, this guy is too big for his britches, in my opinion.
Fuck yeah.
He's on that show because of Kristen.
Right.
The show mostly exists at this point because of Kristen. He doesn't want to have to put up with that or like focus on it. She's like, here's how I would like this to go. And he's like, no, absolutely not. And then the other thing is, like, he keeps talking about, like, Kristen hates that he sleeps out on the couch. And it's like, and that is, what is it called? Like a representation of, like, oh, so-and-so slept on the couch because they got into a fight again, not allowed back in bed or doesn't want to be in bed.
Yeah.
And then he says, it's like, no, because I stayed out there and I watched a movie, and Tom Schwartz, who has no fucking idea what he's talking about, he's just sitting around trying to placate everybody.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's the best. I love it. I love falling asleep to a movie out on the couch. Fuck you, Tom.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth. And it's like, no, he fell asleep out on the couch, which then again makes Kristen completely responsible for the child.
Yeah. It's a trigger for her. It's a trigger for her. And she admitted that. She's like, you know, he slept on the couch when I was pregnant. You know, it wasn't a good time when I was pregnant. And now, right, the baby's a year old, and when he sleeps out on the couch, that's just what I think about, right? I'm triggered by past bad situations, and that's all valid. But he knows that. He knows that, and he still does it. He still fucking does it.
Forever be a proponent that your triggers are your responsibility. However, when you are in a relationship, and you know that the other person is triggered by a behavior, you can choose to not be the source of that.
Correct.
Now, if it's like, if I shut a door, if I'm slamming a door and that triggers someone, I can go, I need to not slam this door. Now, occasionally, maybe for some reason the wind hits and the door is going to slam and I know they're triggered. it's not my job to fix everything for them being triggered.
Yeah.
Matt doesn't care about slamming doors. It's not my job to satiate whatever freak out that they're having.
Yeah.
Be like, oops, that was sorry. That's the other person's job to go like, oh God, I'm triggered. I see it's the person that I care about. But that's the whole point, is the person that you care about didn't mean to do that, so I'm going to calm my nervous system down because I know that they don't mean that. I don't think that Luke's intentions are innocent.
No.
I think he doesn't mind triggering her.
Correct.
I think he sits there and pokes the bear because he's feeling irritated and trapped by the situation that he's in. I think he likes being on TV. I think he likes being known. I think he likes going out to bars where people know who he is, and it helps him feel important.
Yep.
Because a lot of this is outside of his control now. He doesn't get to pick where they live.
Yeah.
Because they have a baby and they've decided that they're going to have a very traditional life structure, even though it's not at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, whatever. And
then he attempts to apologize to her. He laughs in her face and said, "I'm sorry. I didn't read that hurt you." Laughs at her and said, "I'm sorry, I didn't read that hurt you." That's not an apology. That's not an apology.
Well, no, he turns it back on her because she made light of it.
Yeah.
Well, you made light of it, so I thought you didn't really
that's
care.
Not how this works. That's a
if
shitty
she kept bringing
apology.
It up.
Yep.
It means something, and he knows that. He knows that. There's this thing that he's doing and Danny does, and actually a few people do on the cast, where they sit there and they build a structure of an argument that makes whatever they did acceptable because there's logic behind it. And it's like not genuine and not the point. It's all strongman arguments.
Yeah.
And I'm getting really frustrated with the fact that it's not being called out.
Agree.
And I appreciate that Jasmine tried to call some of it out. It's not working.
Andy should be doing that. Andy, I'm just so fucking frustrated with him all the time. And can I also say, as a side note, I'm not looking forward to this reunion for Love Island because Andy's going to fuck it all up just like he did last year, because he's not going to call out the appropriate people that need to be called out, and just shit's going to just go nowhere. And I don't think he should be. Ariana should be the only one doing that reunion. Andy should not anyway.
I agree. I don't totally understand why he's part of this one. Wasn't the last one live too?
Yes.
Which made it suck. I'm glad that it's not live.
Yeah. But he should not, because he's not, what's the right word? You just can't guarantee with him. He's just not, right? He has his favorites.
I feel like he's immersed in the culture enough of Love Island. And I also don't believe, and that's not even his fault, he's got other shit going on. I don't feel like he's immersed enough in the culture of Love Island. I don't believe he watched it.
Yeah.
Maybe he watched some of it. I don't believe he watched all of it.
Yeah.
And I don't he's not the demographic that I want to see.
Nope.
And he's going to be too biased for me to be interested. And we saw what he did last season.
Yeah.
So. Ugh.
No, Andy. Anyway. Do you want to talk about the Janet Jack stuff?
Yeah.
I do want to come back to when Andy said, "Hey, Danny, how'd you like when Janet compared you to Charles Manson?" I didn't believe when I watched it happening that she compared him to Charles Manson. And I don't appreciate Andy still needling that idea to Danny.
So annoying.
And then Danny's response is, "You can't compare me to another serial killer," which implies or infers that Danny's a serial killer. That was weird how he said that.
It was really weird.
And
I was like, I don't remember her comparing him to a different serial killer. So
what is he saying?
She might have. I don't know. He's a creep. I think that Janet has gotten a bad rap. I think that I participated in giving Janet a bad rap. I don't like how, it was like these softball questions to be like, give him the upper hand over and over and over again. And I didn't like it. And the only things we really talked about with Janet in this episode were how Janet's gotten death threats.
Yeah.
And that clearly shook her up. And I get it. And she was like, I'm sorry that you've dealt with it. I thought it was incredibly genuine. It's the same. He did the same thing when that happened that then Jesse did later, where he was like, I was going to apologize. I was going to say sorry, but then somebody else had to say something shitty. So you're like, no, then you don't really mean it. You can't
Jesse.
say I was going to apologize, but then Lala said something shitty, so I'm not going to, or I can't because she said this. And you're like, no, if you are sorry, you can apologize. It is such a second grader behavior to say that. And this show wouldn't be good if they were emotionally mature, but a lot of this has dipped its toes into some really intense, deep shit that we can't play around with this silly behavior. Let's have silly behavior when, Tom Schwartz doesn't know how to put together a dinner party. Let's have silly behavior when they're on vacation and someone's sloppy drunk and it's funny and everyone's okay and safe. Not when someone's a sloppy drunk and is grab-assing or cursing someone out or screaming at women and putting them in a not safe situation. We've crossed a line now, and so I'm that's where my problem is.
No, I agree. I agree. And I have heard little whispers that that the Valley was canceled. So I don't know if that's real. I started hearing that today.
I heard that Brittany should get her own show, Party Planning. So we'll see what happens.
Yes, queen.
Ugh. All right. Do you want to do BAFs?
Transition into a new show that it's not new, but we love it so much. And this is, Married at First Sight, season 20. We're going to talk about episodes 10, 11, 12. So 13, 14, 15 has dropped.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch all 3?
I did watch all 3 of 13, 14, 15. But
I think
you have not watched
talk
them.
about stuff if you want to talk about stuff.
Well, like you said, I can bring something up because you don't care about spoilers. You're obviously going to watch it. I need you to watch it so you can have these big feelings like I have, because I know you will. But I'll tell you little spoilers if you want. If I remember, I'm going to get my notes over here. But we're going to try and focus on, like I said, 10, 11, and
Last
12.
Week's, not this week's, which just came out.
Right.
Okay, I want to talk. Well, I started watching it. I started watching it before you, and I was texting you, freaking out.
Yes, you did.
Because of the first episode of that set, Sean and Nikki they've progressed a little. They show kind of like a night vision of them like making out on the couch.
Yeah.
And she maybe is in lingerie.
Yes.
I wasn't totally clear. And she's like straddling him on the couch and he's grabbing her ass. And I was like, oh, maybe she is sapiosexual after all. And she's changed her mind.
Sure. Yeah.
For the guy that does a quick washcloth bath.
Sweet Jesus. Yes.
She's changed her mind and she is attracted to him. Like things have progressed.
Yes.
And then they show, I don't know if it was the next day or a couple days later, and his conversation with her, I was freaking out. I was genuinely screaming. My son came in and went, "What?" And I was like, I can't explain.
Just get
this
out of the room
right now.
I can't talk to you about this.
I'm having big feelings. And I was like rewinding stuff and making Matt watch it. And I had to rewatch things. And I was like, is this what I'm seeing?
Yes.
And so he basically, and I think it's a problem with both of them, is that they are approaching this relationship in such a almost detached professional way. Like they're doing everything in therapy speak.
Yes.
They're doing everything as a negotiation.
Or academic speech, right?
Very academic. Yeah. That's the word. It's academic.
Yeah.
And they're both trying to be the most intelligent, intellectual, correct one.
Correct.
And so he's like, but then he starts, as he's saying it, under the guise of this energy, this vibe, he's saying some of the weirdest fucking shit.
Right.
So he's like, we have a really good night. I find myself feeling really, I don't think he said aroused, but like, he's like, oh, I have this like need.
Desire. He said desire. He said desire. Right.
That's a nice word.
That's fine.
So he says desire.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you think we could participate in maybe like a mutual masturbation?
Yes.
Which I believe in informed consent. I believe in having open conversations about your sexual relationship with your partner.
You believe in excited consent also, right? I have
enthusiastic consent.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And he didn't seem enthusiastic about it. He was like, by the way, we need to pay the water bill. So next time we see it, could you pay the water bill? Like, that's the vibe that I got from him. As like, this is a chore that must be taken care of. And then he takes it a step further. And he's like, that is one of the, like, he doesn't say wifely duties. That is not what he said.
Hold on.
But he damn near close did.
Let me see. What he said was, he wants to have mutual masturbation, or he wants to porn for release. And
I thought he was saying, I haven't participated in that, and you don't want me to do that, right? I'm a married man. I have been not doing that. She's like, oh, you've been like saving it up or something.
Yeah.
Like you haven't. And then he's like, yeah, aren't you so proud of me for not doing that?
Yes. And then he says, and all of this would be, I wrote it down, as a part of being my wife.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what he said, as a part of being my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, no, thank you. No, thank you.
I'm not there yet.
No,
and she's not saying no, never.
Right.
But she was like, she even was open to, she was so calm.
Yeah.
Even though it was very startling, her response was so measured back to him. And she was like, well, maybe we could both just take care of ourselves. And he was like, no. He's like, I am married. This is how I read it. And this is disgusting what I'm about to say. So sorry, everyone. I heard it as, I am a married man. It is my wife's job to make me come.
Yes.
I'm not touching myself.
Yes.
Because I save that privilege for my wife, and that is your privilege and responsibility.
Yes.
Is how I heard that.
No, I agree. I heard that too. And he says all those disgusting things with this weird Cheshire cat grin in her face, and it just is even worse. It's so gross. And what is it supposed to be doing? Enticing her? I don't understand what we're watching.
I feel like because he's saying it in this academic way.
Right.
It's the same thing with the guys from the Valley who were like, well, of course, it sounds awful that I said Kristen can't come with me to do the thing.
Sure.
But I didn't want to mess up the baby's sleep schedule. Like, he says it like he's saying something logical.
Yes.
And reasonable. And if you have a reaction to it and your response is not agreeable, then you are out of line. Yes. Or you're wrong, or you're not going with the flow. And it's so deeply shitty and uncomfortable to me. And I was shocked that Nikki handled it the way that she did. Yeah. Then we go a couple nights further and they do like a sexy night. I'm wondering, did the matchmakers set them up as like that was an activity, or was that Sean's activity?
I think it was Sean's activity. I think.
Yeah. So
yeah.
The You Ain't Got No Sense.
Yeah.
Where he put her through, and then he like tied her up and blindfolded her and fed her stuff and like took a whip out. Like, again, we're not supposed to kink shame, but she didn't know what she was getting into with that. I don't love that.
And I think I was reading that he was hoping the desire would grow with that. Like, he was hoping after that she would be turned on enough. I mean, he didn't say anything. Don't get me wrong, he didn't pressure her or force her or coerce her into anything. But what I was reading as a viewer, based on the history we have seen in these episodes, is he was hoping that would turn her on. And it didn't. She was like, oh, that's nice. Thank you.
She appreciated the effort, but it wasn't really her thing. Because what has he asked her about what she wants? Other than he's like, well, how do I make you more comfortable so that you will touch my penis?
Right.
He hasn't been like, what do you like?
Correct.
What are you into?
That's correct.
And there is a difference there. And if you don't understand that there's a difference there, then that is why you're not as happy and fulfilled in your marriage as I am.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't like it. And then I don't remember, was it then on the couch where she was like, hey, I didn't like that conversation.
Right.
Like, I felt weird. She wasn't like, you fucked up. What you said was
she
gross.
Just said, I want to go back to that conversation. Yeah.
This is what I heard.
Yeah.
This is how I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
And I 100% appreciated how she said that, because I think that's a really fair way to give him the in to say like, oh, I'm so sorry. That's not how I meant that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Right? Like, I think that gave him room to not be a villain in this.
Mm-hmm.
And instead he was like, how dare you? I would never. And that's when I rewound it and I was like, no, that's basically what you said.
No, and then he doubles down in a confessional and says, she's got like multiple personalities. I never know who I'm going to get, because what she's saying is not making any sense. I mean, and that's just sick, dude. That is pathetic to say when you gaslit her, you said that shit. I wrote it down. Being my wife is a part of being my wife. That's what you said. She just said, this is, you kind of said something like wifely duties. It wasn't a quotation. She didn't quote back to him, and he lost his mind. He did come out, I don't know if you saw, and posted this gigantic apology. Oh yeah, he posted on his Instagram this huge apology saying, I gaslit my wife. I did this and I am ashamed. I knew what I said and I was telling her the opposite and making her out to be the bad person, and she's not the bad person. It was gross. Like, I stopped reading. People are not happy. You can apologize, but we don't like you, so we don't want to hear your apology. So
no, he's not likable.
No, it was bad.
Like, he's
super
achieved
bad.
a lot of things that doesn't make him likable in this.
Nope.
Somebody had said something about like, well, if he was like 6'2", all of this would be fine. And I was like, no, none of this would be, one would feel that way. Gross.
If I can spoil for you for a little bit.
Well, let's talk about the dinner where they're like, everything is so great.
Oh yeah, they come into the dinner and they're all, they're holding hands and they show up together and people are like, wait a minute, what? What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
What's
and they're like, we're actually so good because we fight all the time.
They're like, wait a minute. No, that's not a thing. No. Everybody's so confused at the table.
No.
Yeah.
Why are they doing that? Do you have a theory? I cannot figure it out. Why are they presenting as so good? Like, why are they trying to present to everyone as so good?
I don't know.
I don't understand it.
I don't know, because I'm trying to think. I paused there because I think Nikki is smarter than that, smarter than to come across as fake or not genuine, right? If she doesn't like something, she's going to say, I don't like that, right? So maybe she's just genuinely trying. I don't know. But in my opinion, we as viewers can tell that she doesn't like him. Right, wants nothing to do with him. So yeah, I don't have an answer to that.
And I think a lot of his shit behavior comes from he feels and senses that she doesn't like him.
Yes.
That's got to feel shitty. That's got to feel awful.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you try and coerce her into doing stuff.
That's true.
If you are under 18, this podcast is not for you.
Right. We do have a disclaimer.
I guess it's a late disclaimer. Oh no, we put it in the beginning.
We do. We put it in the beginning.
Yeah. So that part had me freaking out.
Yeah, it was really upsetting. They did see each other's house, right? They drove a couple hours to see her apartment and then went to see his apartment, which I don't know why. I'm not the only one that thought that the apartment they're currently living in was his. I must have missed a step or missed a couple minutes where they didn't say it was his, but I just thought that the one they were living in was his, but they went to see each other's apartment. And then almost he was, God, how do I say it? Like, there was this who's bougier than the other kind of person.
And we're like, we just saw your apartment.
You're in competition? What's happening? What?
And he was like, oh, she's bougie, but I'm also very bougie.
What?
And I was like, I just saw your apartment.
It's gross.
That looks like it belongs to like a 27-year-old single guy. Like you have a gamer chair in your living room at your desk. There's no real style or decoration in it.
Yeah.
Hers is so chic.
Yeah. Which
And
is what
like,
you would expect from her. Yeah.
Yeah. It fit her really well. I'm going to be honest, I expected his to be more like bookshelves and dark wood and like heavier furniture.
Really?
Like just like a library, you know? Or like, I don't know. I expected a lot more from him.
Okay.
And I just felt like his was just like a whatever apartment. I was underwhelmed by him.
Yeah. No, agree. Yeah.
Okay, so now do a spoiler.
Well, I was just gonna say just a teeny tiny spoiler for the episodes 13, 14, 15. They go on another cute little date, and then it's kind of funny. She takes him to a place that you can make your own scented soaps, which is funny. So I don't think he picked up on that. So they pick their scents out, make a soap, right, and have a very cute time, and it's fine. And then they go home from the scented soap date, and they kiss. They show them inside the house, and they make out for a minute in the kitchen. And then the next thing you see is him coming out of the bedroom, and he has a robe on, but it's opened and he's naked, and his dingle dangle dongle is just flapping away in the wind. They gray out, right? So you can't really see it, but obviously they put that in front of it. And so we don't know if they've had sex. They've had some sort of sexual something happened. And so then the next thing you see is Nikki talking about them being very sexually compatible. She says, we didn't actually have sex. We just participated in a sex act. Okay, whatever that was. She liked it. She was very happy about it. He was very happy about it. And then they go to group therapy, another spoiler. And when they get to talking to them, Nikki says, I'm not comfortable saying specifics, but we did participate in an intimate act with each other, and everybody's, clapping, saying, oh, great. We love that. That's so great for you. And she says, yeah, it was really nice. And we're getting to know each other, but it's still growing, and our intimacy is still growing, and I'm really happy with it. And it really goes downhill, and I'm really disappointed with what happened, because Dr. Lisa kind of paints her as a villain a little bit and says things like, right, sex is a part of marriage. This is not what she's saying, people, so don't come after me. And Nikki's like, oh, yeah, okay, I get that. And then Sean's response is, yeah, that was great, but I know nothing about her family, right? I want to talk to her mom. I don't get to talk to her side of the family. I'm really upset about that. She's not ingratiating me in her family. And Dr. Lisa kind of paints her as a villain in that part, and is like, you need to, if you're proud to be in this relationship, you need to introduce him and this and that. And Lisa says to Sean, what can Nikki do to help with that? And Sean, in Sean fashion, does this 1,000-word PowerPoint in front of everybody and says these transactional things that he wants from her, right? He says, I want Nikki to tell me, for instance, Sunday, you're going to meet my mom. I want Nikki to say, for instance, Wednesday, we're going to have sex. I want Nikki to say, for instance, Saturday, we're going to have, a sexy time, having this date. So it was very 1, 2, and 3. This is what I want to have. And Nikki says, I don't want it to be so transactional, right? I want it to grow. I want to have butterflies and I want to miss him and I want to have these urges and these desires, which is all wonderful and what you're supposed to say. And people kind of call him out and say, why does it have to be? Why do you have to have, right, this PowerPoint for you to be happy with Nikki? Why can't it just naturally grow? So, yeah, it was kind of weird, but I don't ever want to see Sean walk. I mean, Sean was very happy with himself that they had whatever sex act. So that does progress. So I don't know. He also says to her before them having whatever intimate act they did, let's go get the champagne, let's have the bottle of wine. And then people had mentioned on the video that you had stated where she's on his lap and he's grabbing her bottom, that they both have wine glasses and they're both drinking. So people are making the assumption, they're jumping, saying if your partner has to be drunk or inebriated to have some sort of sex act with you, that should be a red flag for you. So I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I get there. I haven't seen that. I don't know. But now that I've heard that in the back of my mind, when he says, let's get the alcohol and go back to the bedroom, I don't love that.
I think we live in a society where those things go hand in hand.
Right. That's
and like
whatever.
there's a certain time. And I think I'll also say, I think Sean has a right to say, when I'm married, I want to be in a marriage that there is sex. I think being sexually compatible, having similar libidos can be super important to a marriage, right?
Yeah.
I think being matched, no one's ever going to be perfect, but like I think being pretty well matched with that is important. And I think saying that sex is important isn't a crazy thing. I do think that he's rushing ahead, and I do think he's thinking about what he gets out of the relationship. Yeah. And like he set up this date where he did this sexy stuff. Yeah. That was for Sean.
Yeah, no, agree. That's why I said
that was for Sean.
Yeah. No, it was. And another spoiler, in 13, 14, 15 episode, they do have another group dinner after their group therapy. And they do talk about what you just brought up, because part of their conversation was asking Devin and Caitlin how it was going. And Caitlin says, look, I pulled back on the intimacy, right? We're not having sex and I don't really want to cuddle him in bed. And Felipe, we will get to him. Felipe says, I am not going to marry someone I have not had sex with yet. I am not going to be in a relationship with someone that I have not had sex with. And everybody loses their mind, because Sean says, I want to have sex with the person also when I'm in a relationship. Sure. And Felipe says that, and someone else does, can't remember. Anyway, and so it was a big will you, won't you kind of, is you have to have sex. I disagreed with all of that. Yes, sex is important. Yes, compatibility is important. But Felipe put that hard line and said, if I haven't had sex with you, I'm not going to marry you. I don't agree with that. So,
well, it's also weird that he decided that's a fight that he wanted to have when he's already had sex with her.
Yeah, so we can talk about all Felipe and Tori later, but I just... Okay. That's a conversation they have. It's not good.
No, Felipe I didn't really like, and then I kind of did like him the second round, and now in the third round I'm not a fan of him, and I have a feeling I'm not going to love him. So Felipe and Tori, we'll say it again, I think Tori is
Tori's a god.
Incredible.
She is a god. Yeah.
He is given the total package.
God, yeah.
And he's like, this is, again, inside thoughts.
Yes.
Inside thoughts.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, I like sleeping with multiple women. I like fucking around.
Yep. And everybody, even everybody at the table was like, that's an inside thought. Why did you say that out loud?
What the fuck
Everybody said that. Yep. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with fucking around. But when you say, I want to get married... Yeah. And they set you up with fucking Tori? Yeah. Goddess Tori?
One of the most emotionally intelligent, mature people I've ever seen on reality TV. Ever.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't, and she's like, this is something he's got to deal with. Like, that's something he's got to figure
Oh
out.
my God, yes. It was amazing.
That's exhausting. He is so immature, and it's embarrassing that he's doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how she's hanging out to, like, I don't know why she's waiting.
Yeah, she has her friends come over, he's not home, and she's talking to her friends and telling them these things, and they are just disgusted also. They're like, what do you mean? What is going on? And, she's like, yeah, I don't know if I can trust him. Right. They talk about him cheating, right, on the girlfriend. And Tori explains about, right, he cheated. They were in that 6-year relationship and the girlfriend found out. Right.
Okay.
Right.
He's an unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't believe it. I don't believe it for shit. I don't believe him.
Right.
I took him at his word.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not, cheating's bad. What he did was bad, but it's not what her last boyfriend did. Yes. And now I'm like, he's cheated on every girl.
God, yes.
On every girl.
Yes.
I don't believe him for a second. No. There are girls that think that they are still dating him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Ugh. Absolutely. And I can't remember. I think it was in these episodes 10, 11, and 12 where she says, I don't want a Build-A-Boy. I don't want this. What is this thing that I've got here? I want an actual man, not a Build-A-Boy. And I was like, that is so perfect because he doesn't know what he wants. And what he thinks he wants is everybody's just grossed out by, and everybody is just like, this is insane what you're saying out loud. Yeah.
No, I think it's our society also, and it links right back to Sean. The inflated egos of these men. I'm not saying that you shouldn't love yourself. I'm not saying that it's unfair that people judge bodies in ways, and in our society, you are going to get treated better and be considered more attractive and more dateable based on how you look. So, Sean, maybe he is kind of like launching off the back foot. And maybe, Felipe, he used to be the fat kid and now he feels like he's really had a glow up. And so he wants to go share himself with the world, but also have some shame.
Yeah.
Let's bring back a little bit of shame. I know Brene Brown is against it, but I really think
I agree.
Having a little bit of embarrassment is important.
Yeah.
That's lessons that these boys have not learned.
Correct.
And it shows. And the amount of shame that these women are walking around with. And for these men to carry none of it. Sorry, Felipe, you should be a little ashamed.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that Sean was ashamed enough to write a cringeworthy post about it. But no, there's like some shame that needs to happen.
Absolutely.
Also, Felipe, you know what? I'm not body shaming Felipe. I know that he's gotten into good shape. His haircut is a choice.
Correct.
His haircut is not hot enough. He could fix that.
Yeah.
It's something he could fix.
Yeah.
That's a choice that he is making. Yeah. The mustache is a choice that he is making. It does not constitute you get to choose. You can have Tori or you can continue to fuck around. One, you're not fucking around with the women that are the caliber of Tori.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
You're just not.
Absolutely.
And that sounds shitty as well. Okay, so let me backtrack on that one. You're not fucking around with women who want to invest in you the way that Tori will, and that who can come and invest and bring so much to the table. The women that you're fucking around with might be gorgeous, might be incredible, but they're not investing in you and they're not giving you anything off their plate, right? Other than pussy. So why are you it's just frustrating and annoying. And
yes, a spoiler alert. I love that you brought that up because Paul in these new episodes calls Felipe out to his face and even says that to him, to his face.
I did see this clip.
And says, would you rather not have Tori and watch Tori with someone else and go have a single life and fuck who you want to fuck, or do you want to have Tori? His response is, I would go insane if I watched Tori with someone else. That is non-responsive.
That's not what was just asked of you.
That's not what he just asked you.
I want both.
Exactly.
I want her to only be with me, and I want to be with other people.
That's exactly. And Paul calls him out, and he's like, you are immature. Look at this beautiful, intelligent, mature person that is sitting next to you, wanting to be with you. And you say that, and then they go back and forth, and he's like, I don't have to convince you, Paul. And Paul's like, now you're just being, disrespectful. And they go back and forth. But he does call him out, and I appreciate that, because it comes off that Felipe never gets called out for anything, just like you said. They don't have shame. They don't think anything they're doing affects anyone but themselves.
Yeah. So I think Felipe is another perfect example of he's being honest, so we can't be mad at him. No. This is the same with like fucking Luke on the Valley, or
right.
I don't know, anyone else on the boat show. But it's like, they said that they were going to do this shitty thing. And since they were honest, we can't be mad at them. Like, at least he's honest. No, honesty does not, like, hey, I'm going to be a dickhead. Well, he warned you, so he's allowed to go do it. No, it's like, no, you don't get to be a dickhead.
No, we all watch. He is love bombing Tori, so he can have sex with Tori, so then he's going to dump her. That's exactly, we know his MO. And even Tori says, and I can't remember which bank of episodes, she goes, was he love bombing me? I think I got love bombed, right? And maybe she says that to her friends, but yes, Tori, he 100% love bombed you. In these, 10, 11, 12 episodes, Tori and Felipe sit down and talk about having kids, right? Do you want to have kids? How many kids do you want to have? I wrote this down. He says, quote, if the person I'm with wants to have kids, I will have kids. That is not specific to Tori, not specific to her. What are you talking about? Fuck off.
You are married to Tori right now. Yeah, no, that was insane. There's a couple of these couples, because it's not just the men in these couples.
No, correct.
Let me say that right now.
Correct.
That are not looking at it as if they have been set up in a marriage. They're looking at it like, okay, now we're dating. You got married. This is the premise of the whole show. Yeah. So why are you pretending like, you don't know each other, but you've already committed?
Yes.
You don't get to pretend you're a deeply traditional person who believes in the tradition of marriage and the sanctity of marriage if you're not treating this marriage like a marriage.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that means that you have to immediately have sex and feel comfortable with them in every way and share your finances with them immediately. I don't believe that. I do believe that you have to commit to moving forward until you hit a roadblock that is their red flag of they just did this XYZ, and I don't know if that aligns with who my morals and how I see my future going.
Yeah.
And it's a deviation that I can't be flexible with.
Yep.
And he's not in this.
Yeah. And like I said last week, Tori says in her confessional, she says, does he just want to go hoe out all the time and just be with these hoes and all this stuff? And she says, Felipe is confusing because that's not what he presents to me.
Yeah.
Right. I want him to be that to me so it's not confusing, so I can just choose. Am I doing this? Am I not doing this? And that is totally fair, but he is a master at this love bombing, I want to get sex and then I'm going to dump you thing, and none of it is real. And he's doing that for her, and she's like, but we're married, right? What do you mean this is what you want to do? I don't understand.
She seems so blindsided by it.
Totally. And that's sucked. Fair. And it does suck. And she just is incredible with her answers. And another spoiler alert, they have this last group dinner at these new episodes, and Adam looks dead ass at Felipe and says, Felipe, look at Tori. Look what you have. She is gorgeous. She's intelligent. She's educated. She has this wonderful job. And you are a fucking clown. And she
Does he call him a clown?
Yes, he goes, "You are a fucking clown," and she's
Vibes.
choosing to stay with you. What are you doing? What are you doing? And then Felipe launches into, I'm not going to be married if someone doesn't have sex with me. Well, so yes, they do have this discussion, but he gets called out. You know, that's the one good thing I'll say about Adam is he calls Felipe a clown to his face, which he is, right? You know, everyone at that table knows what kind of wonderful person Tori is and that he is just abusing the shit out of her. And you know,
so disappointing. So disappointing. Let's talk about Adam and Marissa.
Okay, Adam and Marissa.
And how they finally had a fight.
God, yeah. Yep.
Okay, Dr. Lisa.
You've decided.
Like
Okay.
I don't like her.
I love that.
And a big reason why
I love
is because
you
I
when you make
don't
decisions.
like how she is conducting herself in these therapy sessions that she's doing with them. Because so they go, everything is about Adam, what Adam's interests are, what Adam's plan is. She's just going with the flow to kind of see where it's going because he's got such a strong personality. They spend his perfect day. They meet up with Courtney
and Nick
and they play pickleball for fucking ever. And it's just not her vibe, and she's tired of doing this. She's been doing it for 2 weeks now.
God, yeah.
And it's everything he wants to do every day and work, and then she can't do any of the things that she wants to do.
Yep.
And then they have like the group dinner and they talk about it, and they're like, yeah, we finally had a fight, and everyone's like, oh, thank God. But then they go to therapy.
Yes.
And they talk about it. And the entire fucking therapy session, Dr. Lisa's asking about Nick. And Nick's, why are you like this, Nick? What did that come from for you? What's going on
Adam,
with you?
Yeah, uh-huh.
What did I say?
You said Nick. Go ahead. You got it. Nick. We all know.
She's like, why, Adam, are you like this? Like, tell me about your childhood. Does this come from your parents? Like, let's get down and figure out what's going on with Adam. Instead of, how do we shift focus back to Marissa because she's the other person in this relationship?
Yep.
The fuck? Why was Adam the focus of that therapy? I'm like yelling. I'm yelling right now.
I know.
Why was he the focus of that therapy session, Dr. Lisa? She's done the same thing with Mecca also, where she's so into these guys.
Yes.
She's like a boy mom of these guys.
Yes.
And you're like, what in the internalized misogyny is happening? Why are they getting along? So thank God for Paul calling out some of these guys.
Yep.
Because she's sitting there going like, well, how can you decide that you want to have sex with him?
No, agreed. Totally
She's
agreed.
like, occasionally she does need to get to do her things too. But I want to talk about your childhood, Adam. And it's like, God damn it.
I just want to say, we all know as viewers, we can put 2 and 2 together, even from the first episode when Adam's like, I don't really have this relationship with my family. I want someone who's kind of struggles also. You know, my parents aren't even going to show up to this thing, and he explains, my dad has this intensity and it was always go, go, go. You got to get better every single thing. And that's what I grew up with. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay. We all know that's a child wound. Is that what it's called? Anyway, so we all know that. But no, Dr. Lisa, we don't need to hash it out. And even Marissa has, I don't know if I'm going to say a spoiler alert, but Marissa has a date with her girlfriends and talks about that. Marissa even says, I dim myself for these guys. And I did that when I was 23. I'm not 23 anymore. I don't want to do that. Right? In the episode, her and Adam go shopping. And she's like, it's giving me the ick with these clothes that he's picking out. Why is he picking out these clothes? Because he needs to be the center of attention at all times. And I don't know, as a viewer, my inclination is he got the wrong type of attention as a child, right? It wasn't kind of maybe a loving, caring, interested in him as a person, caring attention as a child. So he does this bold, over the top thing to get attention, right? Eating with his hands. She says, that gives me the ick when you eat with your hands, and So anyway, I'm speaking for myself. I can see that, but she is the one that has to bring up, I'm dimming my light for him and I don't want to do that, right? We need to find a compromise where maybe we don't play pickleball 7 days a week. Maybe we do it once. Maybe we don't go to the gym 7 days a week. Maybe we go twice.
This is one of those situations where it's like, if he was looking for a balance, she would be a great counterweight on what his it has been, if he was willing to accommodate for that. But he's only expressed that he's not. So I'm hoping that maybe he'll get a chance. He's very defensive, and I'm wondering if, like, maybe when he gets a chance to reflect, he'll pretend like it's an idea that he came up with on his own to finally absorb some of those messages. But I will say, when they were in the therapy session with Dr. Lisa, and he's like, well, yes, classical piano. She's like, what, did that come from your parents? Was there a lot? And he's like, yeah, with classical piano. And she goes, oh, you play piano. I went, what? Yeah. That's all he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell are we talking about? It's, you play piano. That's it.
Yeah.
So I swear to God, if I ever have to listen to Adam play piano again, I'm just fast forwarding.
No, agreed. And they also, they talk about, Adam says, I had this girlfriend that we did all these things together. And that's when I had that. I knew I wanted that. I knew I had to have that. And in therapy, Marissa says, why am I being compared to a girlfriend that's no longer here? Right? I'm not her. And that's totally valid. But he even says that at the group dinner again, right? People call him out. And he's like, I had a girlfriend and I need that again. And she's like, it's not fair to compare me to somebody who's not here. I'm not her. I'm not her. And there's a reason why she's not here also, right? There's a reason.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that she has found a little bit of a voice.
Cameron, at that dinner.
Yeah.
Cameron and Michelle, granted, I haven't seen the newest 3. They're my MVP. God, I love them. I love them so much. When he was drilling down on Adam, and he was like, why did you're not asking for an equal partner in this? Right. Like, why did you want this? Like, did you ask for this? Did you say you wanted someone that was going to be a champion level pickleball player? Yeah. It's insane. And I loved that Cameron was he went into coach mode, into dad mode, and it was really, really fun. I did really like that. Yeah, I'm a little bit done with Adam.
But Adam doesn't have the correct responses. And in these new episodes, you see Adam, I'll name it, it's very pouty. Where Adam before, in these 12 episodes, there's 10, 11, 12 episodes, his face is very animated, right? His eyes are open. He's always smiling. He's always laughing. We've got a lot of things to say. He's the life of the party. Now that he's been called out in group therapy and group dinner in 13, 14, and 15, he's very like this. Pouty face. He's very pouty. And if you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. His eyes are drawn down, right? The corners of his mouth is down. He's kind of hunched over, and you're just like, give me a break, because you're not getting your way, because people are saying, nobody wants to do that. Why are you forcing this wonderful woman to do that? And now you're pouting? Like, come on, dude. Yeah, nobody's really a fan of this Adam guy. And he gets worse. Spoiler alert. He attempts to, right, backtrack and take her on a date that is not a physical date, right? He does this hot tub boat. It's very cool. It's this little kind of singular boat. It's not as small as like a canoe or a kayak, but it's a 2-person boat, but it's a hot tub. Yeah.
All right.
And you get in the hot tub, and then you're just on this boat by yourself, and you go out into this lake or pond kind of a thing. And it was very cute. And he made this picnic, and they had kind of this charcuterie thing while they were in the hot tub, and it was very cute, and it was low key. And she was like, this is awesome. We're just not doing anything. We're just sitting here talking. They want us to have, right, these serious conversations and get to know each other on a serious level. And they do that. And then he fucks it up, gets out and goes, do a push-up. He makes her do push-ups from end to end on this boat and then critiques her and tells her how bad of a push-up. And I'm just like, fuck off, dude. He can't help himself. And it's horrible to watch. Yes, he has socks on. Just so you know, he's wearing socks in the hot tub. But
he
gets
needs
out.
traction.
He gets out and makes her do push-ups because he can't not do it. And she's like, give me a break.
The child wounds there are plentiful. Yeah, I'm...
And also, we'll tell you one more spoiled part for Sean calls him out in the dinner. Sean looks at him and goes, Adam, I have a question. So your vocabulary is a lot of ripping it, vibes, sending it. And to me, Sean says this. Sean is talking. He says, to me, that is a person who has a low emotional intelligence and a low vocabulary and doesn't know the correct words to use. Do you think that's right? And Adam immediately is like, do you know how high my IQ is, dickhead? Like is super aggressive, gets very mad at him and is like, who do you think you are? And Sean's like, I'm just asking. And my opinion is, I think Adam uses those words because he thinks it's attention, right? People are going to think he's cool. People are going to think he's younger than he is. But he and Sean go...
I mean, he's only 31.
Right, go after it, at each other and attack each other.
Love that. Well, here's I mean, all right. Wading into dangerous territory.
Love it when you do it.
As an observer.
I'm here for it.
Sean is a black man who has achieved... Sean Best has been the best at what he has decided to go after. He is, a vice president of his school. He
has a PhD. He's a doctor.
Has a PhD. He's a doctor. I mean, he's an intelligent guy. Sean, I mean...
He wrote a book. Yeah.
He's smart. He is a smart man.
Yeah.
We don't question it, but you see it. But it's also in how he speaks and how he carries himself. You see Adam, where Adam is a white man. And so all of that, even though we know he's got the piano and all that shit.
Fuck off.
It's implied for him, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's implied for Adam. Of course he is.
Because he's white?
Of course
is that what you mean?
Is. Because he's white, because he's, got money.
Money, yeah. No, I get that.
And I almost think that his behavior is actually as, maybe he is trying to shed kind of all of the structure that was probably imposed on him as a child from his overachieving parents, whatever. That's not our job to deal with. That's his trigger.
Ooh, gross, yes.
But Sean calling it out, I think he's probably one of the best people to call it out. But Adam, the fact that it would be called into question that he's not super emotionally intelligent, or frankly, intelligent. But the way that you're speaking says, I'm a surfer, bro.
Right.
That dropped out in high school.
Douche frat boy.
Chill vibes, man. Right? And that's stereotypical, but we're just painting with an incredibly broad brush. So I think Adam goes, I'm a high achiever, obviously. Sean's actually a high achiever, but you have to see all of his accomplishments to give him that credit.
Okay.
And the way that Sean speaks is very intentional.
Yes.
The way that Adam's speaking, also very intentional, but you're supposed to assume all of the other qualities, that the emotional intelligence, the regular intelligence, the qualified bullshit, whatever. So...
Well, Adam, they do a little confessional right after, and Adam and Marissa are standing on the street outside of the restaurant. And Adam, I believe, in the response to Sean, which was not great, it was totally aggro and all over the place. And then his confessional response outside alone, Adam is like, who is this asshole calling me out on my vocabulary when his relationship is in the shitter and he has a wife that doesn't even like him? My opinion, watching Adam respond, that is the real Adam. His response, that's the real Adam. The guy that uses vibing and full sending it and ripping it, that is not the real Adam. Even Sean says, did you create this character? Is this a character that you've created because you have some underlying something going on that you don't want to deal with? Yes, Sean, he does.
Sean, 100%.
Yes, Sean, that is perfect. You exactly hit the nail on the head. And Adam is not going to admit that until the day is long. But what I believe in this new pouty Adam is the actual real person. And I will go as far as saying he might have an anger issue. We might have some sort of issue. I would be worried as a woman in a relationship with him where he's right outbursts and has some control issues.
That's the word.
Right.
I think he's so controlling.
Yes.
We've watched him be controlling.
Yes.
And when he's getting his way, he's nice.
He's
and then
wonderful.
when he's not getting his way, he starts pouting.
Yeah, terrible. So that's
I think he's
fun.
entitled.
God, and super entitled. But Sean has definitely called him out and hit the nail on the head with that, where, you know, Dr. Lisa and Paul should be doing that. So anyway,
well,
that'll be fun for
sometimes
you.
they need a hand. That's why they have the dinners
to watch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do something nice for a second.
Okay, you want to do Michelle and Cameron?
Yes.
Okay, Michelle and Cameron.
I don't even have that much to say. I just love them. I liked both of their houses.
God, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Michelle, she's like, yeah, I did this and I put up all the wainscoting and I
right?
I built this on the weekend.
And I did this on my island.
And then the paintings.
Yeah.
And he's like, holy
my
shit.
God, the paintings. Wow, where does this woman
and she's
come
like,
from?
I just painted. And he is blown away by her.
If he doesn't fall in love with her immediately before that,
I feel like we watched him fall in love with her, and then he's like gushing over her in the little like confessionals.
Yes.
Oh, and just so sweet. And then they go to his place, and he's showing off his place, and it's also great. And she's like, "Oh my God, look at all these plants! I'm not a plant person." And so she's like impressed with him.
Yeah.
And she's like enjoying it and comfortable. And he's showing her around his family home.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, wait, there are parts of this that I do like. And I think he said it actually in the previous episodes where he was like, maybe I need to reevaluate like my dream. Not reevaluate his dream, but he's like, maybe I have other dreams too. And maybe my dream can adjust. And I think that is
the right response.
Incredible. Well, that's for anybody, right? That's for anybody.
Right.
Where you go, as you evolve, your priorities are going to evolve.
Right.
Right?
And if you are truly with a person that you truly care about and love and want to be with, you say those things. Those are easy to say. You have no question about it. And I've said that before, and I'm going to die on that hill because they're proving that with each other over and over again. And I love them so much.
And then I love Coach Cameron going into that dinner.
God, yeah.
And ripping everybody a new one that needed it.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, he's going to be such a good dad, Michelle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's like, I'll be the bad guy.
Uh-huh.
He's like, I'll be bad cop. You be good cop.
Yep. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'd love to be good
The
cop.
only issue that they have is Cam's anxiety. Like, the guy is like me. He's riddled with anxiety. He thinks about the future. That's what anxiety is. Unknown future, and that's what you dwell on. And so they do have a conversation where he said, you know, I'm just worried about the future, and we're doing so good, and we haven't had a fight yet or a disagreement, and what do we do when that happens? And she is so wonderful to him. She doesn't look at him and go, well, that means I'm a terrible person, right? We don't jump to that kind of garbage. She's just like, it is fair to think like that. It's going to happen, but we are here for each other and we will make it through. And you're just like, oh my God, what am I watching? This is so wonderful and so great. And in episode one of the 13, 14, 15s, you see them at home and he's lying on the couch and he's kind of facing out the window, and she walks in and she's like, what's happening? And he goes, I'm having a bad day. And she goes, what does that mean? Will you explain? And he said, feeling really depressed today and I don't know why. I'm upset and I'm sad. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. And she gets under that blanket and says, great, let's be depressed together. I'm going to be here for you. Let's just be in this moment. And I'm dying. I'm dying watching this, how she takes care of him.
Yeah.
And it is so wonderful and so loving. And she's like, I will do whatever you need, but if we're going to sit here, and I'm just going to sit here with you. And he even brings that up in therapy, maybe, and says, you know, I have days where I have bad days. And they say, what does that mean? And he goes, I'm just depressed for some reason, and I don't know why I get depressed. And she couldn't have been more loving. She did what I needed without knowing what to do, or without me telling her what I needed, because I didn't know what I needed. And she didn't overreact, and she didn't throw her hands up and go, great, now it's going to be a shitty day and I have to leave. Well, I'll just leave you to wallow, right? She didn't do any of that. She took care of me. And she's like, right, I don't know what that's like to have that emotion. I don't know what that's like in his mind, and I'm just going to be there for him. And then they have this conversation about, did you say the L word to each other? And they kind of giggle and say, we said we have the feeling of the L word with each other, but we put the word feeling in front of it. And everybody's like, you said it. You totally said it. You love each other. And they were like, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And it's just so wonderful to watch them. It's so great.
I like that she also, I think that's a great example of being supportive without making it your burden.
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, I'm not going to carry this for you, but I will sit next to you while you are here. And like, hopefully my presence does something, but she's also not going like making it a bad thing that he has these feelings.
Yeah.
Because I think there's also like an instinct to go like, I need to fix it. Oh, what do you need from me? I'll cheer you up.
Yeah.
Right. And
and I think
I love them.
Because he hasn't had really long-term relationships, right? And maybe he doesn't know that about himself. And when he does get depressed, he has depressive days. You know, he doesn't know what to do when a partner is there, right? He just knows I have these depressive days, and that's just part of who I am, and doesn't know what, right? That's not his fault. He doesn't know what to do, or what to say to her, what to help him, right? Like you said, he doesn't have something magical that says, bring me a donut and I'll feel better, or whatever.
Sure.
They're so wonderful.
I love them.
They're so
I just
wonderful.
love them.
Yeah.
Okay, that was such a nice palate cleanser. Okay. Nick and Courtney. This is Courtney's birthday.
Yep.
Where she was a dickhead, and everyone saw it,
Always.
including Devin. Devin was a little too drunk, and he was not the right person to have that conversation. But he wasn't wrong.
He wasn't wrong at all.
Wasn't wrong. Just like Jasmine
Loved
was
it.
not the one,
Loved it.
I think, to say, you guys need to stop blaming your kids on why you're tired.
He was trying to help, and
he was trying.
Yeah.
She was such an asshole to him. He was also, but I do think he was too drunk that he got like annoying.
Yeah.
But her response to him was to play on her phone and be so rude.
So rude.
Do you have to give men attention when they want to tell you something? No. But
also,
she's actively, purposely being an asshole to everyone.
Yeah. Yes.
Such an asshole.
And even worse to Nick. Even worse to her husband. Completely ignored him. Didn't give him the time of day, which he brings up later, right? And incredible. I just keep writing down in my book, she hates him. She hates him. She doesn't want to be anywhere near him. I just, in big letters, underlined. That's all we're watching.
She has such a skewed view of everything, including herself.
Yeah.
I don't think she understands herself. I think she's taking that out on everyone around her.
Yeah.
And she's like, help me see this clearly, because like obviously he's awful, right?
Right.
Like, show me where he's awful.
What?
And it's like, no, he's not being awful to you. And so then they have like the therapy session where Dr. Lisa is like, let's do a reset. Yeah. And Nick is thrilled. Nick is so excited. Yeah. They're going to do a reset. And then she's like, look, we're going to do this cute thing where we sit down and like they set up. They made me do this, just so you know.
I
would never
I
do
would
this.
never do this.
Do you
This is
like
so
this?
corny.
This is corny and weird and I don't like it.
Heck.
Why? Why are
do
you
need
being such an asshole
about this? Why do you need
this?
to say that to him?
She's better than all of this.
God,
or
right?
She's not, like, I'm doing this, but I don't want to. Like, I'm not enjoying any of this. Like, what's wrong with enjoying this? What's wrong with trying to do this? What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? For sure.
She is broken. She has some child
She is
wounds,
broke. For sure.
A la Adam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there is something going on there, and maybe it's the high achieving parent bullshit thing.
Mm-hmm.
But she is getting her way and she's still not happy with it. I don't know what she needs. She needs to figure that out in therapy. This is not the place for her. She is lashing out at this guy. I was so wrong about Nick. I was so fucking wrong about Nick.
Yeah. When I have to
stick
up for somebody, pisses me off.
He's a delight.
Yeah.
He is.
And he deserves someone who wants him back.
He's not fighting for her. I think maybe she also wants someone aggressive that's gonna like challenge her more, and that's not who he is.
No.
I think that they paired them so wrong.
He's super just respectful of her and boundaries and anything that has to do with a space or anything like that. Very, very respectful, to his detriment, because she's just constantly, you're not loving me and I need someone to love me, and you're not even, all of these things that she's not even doing. She's weaponizing against him.
The projection is so intense.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel, he described himself as like a jokester comedy guy.
Yeah,
Remember?
Yes.
And we're like,
Jim
where
Carrey.
is that?
Yeah.
Jim Carrey, right? And we're like, where is that?
Yeah.
And I think it was the constant rejection and from her that he is backed off and he's in his shell. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to get to do it. And you saw him kind of come out of his shell a little bit. And he was so excited to kiss her. And then she just starts rejecting him again. And you just see him going like, oh, this isn't a safe place. Yep. This isn't where, but he's still trying to like, see where this might go. Like, he's trying to give her time. He's trying to give her space. Courtney sucks so hard. And I did call that from the very beginning.
Yes, we both did. Absolutely.
And I really tried to put my biases aside and overlook her, what's it called? Her ignorance, her willful ignorance.
Yeah.
And move past that. And it turns out I can't. She's a piece of shit.
Piece of shit. Total piece of shit. Yeah.
It goes like, I think Felipe sucks the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And then she and Adam are tied for the worst.
Oh,
for me.
God, yeah.
And Sean is also down there. I almost think, she and Sean are tied.
Sure. Agreed.
Ugh, Courtney sucks. Hope that she finds a good therapist, and until she does some real self-reflection, may she never find love.
Spoiler alert for the next 3 episodes. So they do the group therapy, and when they come to Courtney and Nick, Paul asks, do you guys have strong romantic feelings for each other?
Mm-hmm.
And Nick says, we're compatible as friends, but probably not romantic feelings. And and Lisa says to them, Dr. Lisa says, well, you're both really likable people, right? You're a likable person. People like you, right? Both of you. People like both of you. And Courtney goes off and says, I'm just not enough for Nick. I've learned I'm not enough for him. And Nick says, I am trying. I'm putting in the work. I think I've done things for her. And it's not being seen. It's not being rewarded with, you did this. I see that you did this, right? And then Paul,
totally not acknowledged. And Paul said that it's cringe.
And Paul just says, do you want to end this tonight? I'm asking you right now, do you want to end this tonight? And Courtney goes, I don't know. like that. And we're all like, you want to end it. She goes, I don't know. And Nick says, we don't have this romance or this romantic feeling going on. And he says, I don't know what the value would be in staying 2 more weeks. Like, I don't know if it's going to progress. And Lisa, Dr. Lisa, your favorite, goes, that's not the right question you should be asking yourself. You should be asking yourself, is there enough space to create viability for this marriage to last? And Courtney says, absolutely not. There's no reason to stay. I'm out. I'm done. And Nick goes, great.
God.
Nick goes, great. I agree. There's no reason to stay. And they stand up and hug everybody and they leave. It is over. They're gone. They're off the show.
I'm so relieved for Nick.
Yeah. And then
I'm so excited to watch that.
You're like, okay, that's great. They show them outside and they're, I think maybe an alleyway, or they're leaning up against the restaurant in the dark. And he starts to cry. And he said, I tried. I'm really sorry. I tried to be there for you. I tried to do what you needed me to do. This bitch rolls her eyes at him, looks him dead ass in the face and goes, now you cry? Now you show me this side of you? You should have done this 3 weeks ago and you expect me to feel sorry for you? And I'm like, bitch, just leave. Get out of here. The man is crying over you. Unbelievable. Stunning. And he's like,
the constant rejection that she threw at him.
Terrible.
And she's like, you didn't give me enough.
Yep.
Nothing was ever going to be enough. Her vision is so skewed in this. She can't see this clearly.
Horrible.
At all.
Terrible. So they just left and we don't get to see them again. So I can't wait for you to see it. Oh my God. Yeah. But I'm glad he has relief. He even posted yesterday or today him sitting in a hot tub or something, or a sauna, going, I'm trying to clear all the bad vibes. We're like, go Nick. Go find somebody, buddy.
Yeah, they don't even seem like they would be friends.
Oh God, no, they're not even friends. No. Nope. So yeah.
Okay.
Who's next?
In the same vein, somebody that I was totally wrong about, Devin and Caitlin.
Okay. Devin, you were wrong about Devin.
So I was wrong about Devin.
I was wrong about
Devin, I think,
Devin.
is one of the most emotionally mature guys on this show.
100%. Absolutely.
I'm not saying that it's like ideal. I think that he's matched poorly. I don't think that it's... I think he had expectation. I think all of the people in this, you have the expectation that you're going to be matched well.
Yeah.
And I don't think that he was matched well. I think there is someone out there for him when he finds the right person.
God, yeah.
He's going to be such an incredible partner.
Oh, God, yeah. I agree.
I don't even think that Courtney sucks. I just think that they're not right together, and she knows that intuitively.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll put in more effort, and this is going to work out. And she's like, no. And they're just a bad match.
It's
they're
weird
just a really
because
bad match.
I watched again their wedding, and she seems a totally different person at the wedding than now. And I'm not sure if it's because he gives her the ick when, right, she wants to do all this independent stuff and he either wants to know about what she's doing, right? Just tell me you're leaving, or tell me you're going to class, or tell me this, or he wants to actually be with her and that gives her the ick. Or what am I watching? I'm really confused with her because she and he seem so well matched, and I'm still convinced that they had sex either in Cancun or on the wedding night. But like I said earlier, she said at the group dinner, right, we're not intimate anymore. I have pulled back with that. I kind of tend to not believe that because they had sex, now she's completely like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Her personality doesn't strike me as that. So I think that because she's not in so much control, now he gives her the ick with everything he does.
Yeah.
I really was uncomfortable to watch that argument after the group dinner when he was drunk, right, and was talking to Courtney, right, and they go home and he's like, I just want to give you a hug. And she's like, don't fucking touch me. Like, I didn't like any of that. I'm not saying that either one was right or wrong.
Yeah,
it was just uncomfortable to watch.
I think the whole thing, like, I think we've all been there at some point as some version of this. Like, it's a fight where everyone kind of was in the wrong. She was like too aggressive with her dismissal of him. Yeah. He was in the wrong. He shouldn't have been going after Courtney. He was too drunk to try and have that conversation. And you needed to, when Courtney goes, I'm not interested in this conversation, you need to walk away. Yeah. Like, he was overstepping. Yeah. So I think that she's like, he was trying to be really sweet about it. I really like how he took accountability. Yeah. And he's like, she's not giving me anything. And I'm going to double down on what I said last time. I think that she doesn't really need to be in a relationship. I think she thinks, I mean, we're raised in this society where it's like, oh, you're supposed to get married. You want to find the love of your life. And then you'll be fulfilled and and it's like, well, I think she's very fulfilled in her great career, her family, her friends. Yeah. I think her dad fucked her up. Yeah. Right? That man is out of control. Yeah. And I have a feeling that, like, she probably is getting a lot of pressure to be in a relationship and have a family, because it doesn't matter that she has started businesses and that she does work that she's passionate about and sustains herself. Yeah. Because, like, but you're not married and you don't have kids. Like, what's wrong with you? Yeah. And that sucks. That sucks that we live in a society that doesn't see her worth outside of being married and having kids. Yeah. And that goes for men too. There's also men where it's like, well, when are you going to settle down? Yeah. And have kids. Right. Yeah. Like, no, there's other. It's true. There's other things. And I think that she's rejecting this idea of this relationship that on paper should be exactly what she wants. 100%. I agree. And I think she might be really happy single. Yeah. The same thing with Adam. I think Adam will be really happy single. Yeah. Devin does this very cute Harry Potter themed like date night for her because, this is what I'm going to go to, the hill I'm going to die on. This is specific for Caitlin. Caitlin loves Harry Potter. Caitlin loves Taylor Swift. So Devin may not like or understand either of those things. That doesn't matter. It's important to her. And they're in this relationship. And if he cares about this woman, he's going to care about the things that she likes or her hobbies. And so he does this date night to prove to her, it's elaborate. I'm listening. I want to know about you. I know this makes you happy and I want to see you happy. And it's very cute and very sweet. And she acknowledges these things. And then, I get a little disappointed because I'm like, I'm not seeing anything from her. She just complains about him being clingy and him wanting to talk about his feelings all the time and not letting her just get up and leave without telling him where he's going. But then she does soften up. You get to see, I can't remember which set of episodes it's in, but he likes to have kind of in the evening, he wants her in the evening. He wants to sit on the couch with her and watch a movie. He just wants to be with her in the evenings. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of a compromise that they've come up with. And he's like, well, can you sit next to me on the couch? And she goes, I will sit across from you and put my legs on you and we can sit under the same blanket on the couch and we can watch TV or whatever they're doing. And he loves that. So she starts doing those things and softens up. And so we do get to see a little bit of her giving. That's what I want to see as a viewer. I want to see her reciprocating and giving that back to him, right? Because he's doing all these things and then she just complains about him. That's not okay. We're not doing that. The other thing about the date night that he did for her, as someone who knows Harry Potter, when he not only did the Taylor Swift and the Harry Potter, he was Googling the shit out of that and came up with all these Pinterest ideas for all these activities. Mm-hmm. So much effort went into that. And then he doesn't know about Harry Potter, but he goes, what house would you actually be in? Right. And he's like, I think you would be in this house because of these parts of you. Yeah. Right. And he names these incredible qualities that he appreciates in her. That wasn't just like, oh, I I did this thing, which I think you're going to like. I did this thing, which I think you're going to like. And here's how I see you reflected in it. It was like, oh, you see her.
Right.
You see her so
right.
amazingly. And it was like, and she was like, oh, this is so great. Thank you so much. And it's like, oh, I need him to be seen by her also. And I don't know if she's going to see him the same way.
No, I agree. She does.
And he deserves it.
Spoiler alert. She does admit at, I don't remember the group dinner or group therapy. She says, I'm admitting that I project or put out this male hardness side of myself. I throw up this wall, and I feel like I have to have this male centered self and put that out for the world. And I've realized that I don't have to. That's the word she used. I don't have to. I'm choosing to do that. And it's upsetting the apple cart, basically. And I'm choosing to not do that. And I'm choosing to be a softer, more feminine side and putting that out to the world. And I'm getting more positive feedback when I do that. And I thought that was a really good insight to herself. And that's exactly what's happening, right? She's putting out this hard male energy and don't fuck with me. And I'm in control and I'm going to choose what I want. Don't tell me what to do. Right. And that's fine. You can be that and have those things, but also, right, that gets in the way of stuff. Poor Devin, right? He can't deal with that. And he doesn't want that, right? And so she softens up for him and admits that. And I'm glad that she's doing that for him. And I'm glad as a viewer we're watching that. But again, I don't know if they're going to last. She does say, right, Devin is the most self-aware man I've ever met in my entire life.
Oh my God.
And when we have conversations about, if I'm doing something he needs to talk to me about or vice versa, I start to say a sentence and he will literally finish it for me because he's so self-aware and says these things I'm doing and I know you're seeing that and I won't do that anymore. And she goes, it kind of steals the thunder when I'm trying to say that, but literally I've never met anyone like Devin. And I want her to be aware of who he is too, so she can grow to love and appreciate that and have that right understanding and how she maybe can use that or have that be positive for her,
Yeah. I mean, I think we saw when the season first started, Courtney says something about Nick, about how he's just in it to, if it doesn't work out, at least he gets to learn about himself and how that's shitty. And I agree with that idea premise, but also they both leave early. So now that's all cleaned up and a little bow on that for me. But I do think that maybe this is an opportunity that like she learns, maybe she and Devin are endgame.
Sure.
And I don't think that either of them are bad people. I don't think either of them are purposely hurting each other. I think both of them care when they hurt each other.
Agree.
Like, I'll throw that out there. I don't think Felipe really cares that he's hurt Tori.
God, no.
With the shit that he said.
No.
I don't think Sean and Nikki really care when they hurt each other with their words because they're more interested in winning.
Yep. Adam doesn't care about Marissa and anything she wants to do, right?
No.
So no.
Because it's inconvenienced his wants and needs.
Yes.
Now, if they have to focus on her as an equal partner in the relationship.
Yeah. There's a part where Devin and Caitlin go meet Caitlin's dad, and I was kind of cringing, thinking, "Oh God, I don't want to watch this dad go off on Devin again." And he was very good. The dad was very good in the episode. And Caitlin, they show up and dad says to Caitlin, how's the day? What's going on? She's like, it's my Super Bowl today. And dad goes, what the hell are you talking about? It's a random whatever. And Devin goes, today Taylor Swift's new album dropped. So we listened to it on the way here and she explained every song and all the Easter eggs and what songs mean and what boyfriend it was about. And Devin, and the dad goes, Devin, oh my God, that must have been horrifying for you. And Caitlin's like, Dad. And Devin goes, no, I want to understand why she loves Taylor Swift, and I love to listen to her talk about it because it makes her happy, and she knows all of these things about Taylor Swift and Taylor Swift's music, and she knows all the words, and that's just what we did today. That is wonderful for a man to go and say that, right? Wonderful.
It's such an interesting juxtaposition of her dad versus Devin, because I think that her dad respects Devin as like a big strong guy. He's a rugby player. He presents as this very masculine dude, and then you hear him start talking and how open he is and how emotionally mature he is. And the dad's like, oh, this must suck women, right?
Yeah.
And it just kind of shows like, oh, this is probably where Caitlin has had to build up these walls around herself
with men
to feel respected by her father.
Yeah.
Who also still felt a lot of ownership over her.
Correct.
If he's willing to be like, this thing that she loves, it must have been really exhausting for you. Oh, that sucks. That sucks so hard.
Yeah.
Caitlin's dad sucks.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to work out long term.
I don't think so either. But they did.
Don't think that
they did have a good group dinner, right? She's, said all the good things, and Devin's like, yeah, we're really trying, and I really want to get to know her, and I'm really trying to, not be so anxious and give her space, but then we compromise and do all these other things together, and everybody likes it. It's good. Everybody claps for them, and they leave the dinner feeling really good. So
that's because I feel like they could be friends.
Yeah. Agree.
They could have like a sweet thing.
Yeah.
All right. How do you feel about?
Here we go. I know what you're gonna say.
And Beljolie. I think he's got the same thing that Caitlin has. I think it's good that he's right after Caitlin because we've got Beljolie who's like, I will be everything that you need. I just need you to return care and affection.
Yep.
And then you've got Mecca who's like, I'm going to be super avoidant and uncomfortable, and I'm not going to show you that I'm investing in this. And you're just like...
Yep. Yeah. Yes. Oh God, continue.
No, I'm disappointed with like how emotionally immature he is when he's presented as so emotionally mature before this.
Yeah, agreed.
And it's like, what are you doing? Why are you testing her? Why are you pretending that disagreeing about when you were going to leave and her feeling frustrated means that everything is crumbling and falling apart?
Right.
You're an adult.
Yes. Agree.
Like, his tolerance for anyone else's discomfort is so overwhelming that he rejects them for them. And she's like, I wasn't happy. I wanted to leave earlier, but it's okay. I wasn't thrilled with how that went. So going forward, maybe we can do it a little different. And he's like, so we should this isn't ever going to work. And she's like,
wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
That's not at all what we're saying here. And I didn't think that he was going to be this backwards. But then, you know what? At the wedding, after how he behaved after his dad got in his head.
Yeah.
I did know that he was that. But then I was like, maybe when they're not in that zone and we kind of see the first couple weeks of their marriage, like maybe it's going to get there and maybe it needs to be a slow burn and she's patient enough to like walk him through so he can feel comfortable and safe. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know that he wants to get there.
Yeah.
I think he wants it all just to feel good and comfortable, but he's got to work through his shit.
God, yeah.
Before he's going to just automatically feel comfortable with somebody.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they could have found him anyone more suited to helping him work through that. Oh, I love a secret.
I have a secret to tell you about Mecca and Belle. This is a spoiler alert, and I'm...
Spoilers. Spoilers for the show or spoilers in current time?
No, for the show that you haven't seen. The 3 episodes you haven't seen.
I'm going to watch them anyway.
You're going to watch them, and I want you to text me while you watch them. So, at the group dinner when Felipe is talking about, I'm not going to get married to someone I haven't had sex with. That conversation is going around. Mecca shouts out to the group, I wasn't attracted to Belle when I first met her, and I didn't think she was pretty enough for me. Yes, he said that dead ass to the group. She is not pretty enough for me. I didn't even think she was pretty when I saw her. And
okay.
Yes.
Have you seen Clue? You know that movie Clue
I love
from
that
like
movie.
the 80s?
Love that movie.
Flames on my face. Like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Oh my God. That's horrifying.
So people
inside thoughts
will kind of skip over it because they're talking about having sex. Belle Jolie leans into him and whispers, you weren't attracted to me? You don't think I'm pretty? And he goes, no, I don't, babe. No, not at all. And she goes, oh my God, I don't even know what to say. They're whispering, but we can hear them. They're mic'd up. I am devastated for her. Like, I want to go shoot up a building or something. I'm devastated for her.
Everyone.
What are you talking about?
Sees them together and goes, that is the most beautiful couple. They are so cool. They are so stylish. They are so hot. What?
Yep. Even Paul and Lisa in group therapy look at Mecca and go, this woman rides or dies for you. She would die for you today. This woman would die for you today.
She's defended him left and right.
Still do these things and say, right? At that point, they didn't, he hadn't said she's not pretty enough. I wasn't attracted to her. They're trying to still point out to him, right? She is your ride or die. She would do anything. She would die for you today. Today, if we asked her to, she would stand in front of a truck and get killed. And she is still not good enough for you. You still don't trust her. You still think she's going to leave. And I'm over him. I am, time and time again, he is proven just a piece of shit. Like, I'm not quite sure what I'm watching. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I don't want to excuse behavior that, right, every woman in his life, he's not trusted. They've all left him and he's got this deep child wound. I'd love that. But he can't see the forest for the trees. He cannot. Or
No.
he's throwing a tantrum and chooses not to. I don't know. I don't know which one it is.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Going back to your triggers.
Yeah.
Your child wounds.
Yes.
Your issues are your responsibility.
Yes.
The person that you're with should support you while you work through those things and not work against you trying to fix those things. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was hand holding and baby stepping him through this, and he's shitting on her.
Yes.
He's shitting on her. There is no excuse at this point. There is no excuse for him not doing the work. Mm-mm. Also, Mecca's 28.
Yeah.
You're old enough to start working on these things.
Yep.
Holy fucking shit. You don't get holy fuck. I can't
wait for you to see it.
I'm done with Mecca.
Yeah.
Oh, it's unforgivable at this point.
Yeah.
That is unfor-fucking-givable at this point.
She doesn't know what to do. She just sits there. I mean, it's like the deepest, biggest wound. And I'm not trying to be like outward beauty is the only thing that matters. This woman is inwardly beautiful and a wonderful, loving, incredible, thoughtful, genuine person from the jump with this guy. And his ridiculous father, and she's like, don't care, still am into him, don't care, right? And he at every turn does this shit to her.
Just wildly supportive of him. The other thing that Belle Jolie, I would kill for her. Fucking Belle Jolie also didn't compromise herself in this.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Like this whole thing is news to her. When he's like, you're more attracted to me than I'm attracted to you, she went, I'm not chasing you. I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna be supportive. I'm your wife and I'm gonna participate and I'm gonna give you the room to like grow here.
Yep. emotionally
Holy fucking shit.
mature answer. Not an answer this face would have given, but she is a wonderful, godly human. And you and I said, first day, first episode, these two are our favorite. This is our favorite couple. Couple. Love them.
They're so perfectly matched. He is just like fucking Felipe. Got everything. Other than, I don't know what he thought he was gonna get physically. Not everyone got what they wanted physically, Nikki and Sean. Like, how fucking dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yep, I screamed audibly, "Oh my God," at the TV and had to turn it off and like sit with myself. And I am not involved.
Mecca.
Not involved. And I horrifying for her to have that out loud in a group setting in front of people. And he is comfortable enough to say that. Just narcissism to me. That's what it makes me feel like. Is he's okay and he's got this gigantic ego mania, dude.
Well,
wow, I can't wait for you to see that.
Yeah, I'll text you.
Okay.
Just a voice note of me screaming into the phone.
Perfect.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, I'm amped. We'll rewatch it. I think we're switching to recording on Fridays now, so maybe we can actually we'll be more caught up for this. My stomach hurts over this.
Yeah, my chest is tight. Yes.
Oh.
I know.
All right. Well, it's Friday night. I have a feeling that
you're going to have a good weekend.
I'm going to go have a cocktail because I need to unwind a la Nikki and Sean to get out of this mood. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks everybody for listening.
Thanks for listening. It's 3 hours.
Can't wait. Did we really do? Well, I also peed.
That's true.
Holy shit, this is a long one. I don't think I'm going to get an hour cut out of this, but we'll see.
It'll be okay.
Thanks for doing a podcast, a 3-hour-long podcast
talking
with me.
to me. I love.
Of course. I love you. And we love all of you, except for Brenda.